you need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the Personal Injury Lawyers. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of AFL Queensland.
Wilson spinning out out.
was that, sorry? Yeah, sweet. Awesome. Get it going now if you want. Hello and welcome to Totally Workwear Park in Redland Bay for a round 10 matchup. TPIL Lawyers QAFL game of the day between the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks and the Maroochydore Kangaroos, who have travelled down from the sunny coast. 4th versus 5th on the ladder. A game with plenty of implications. I'm Jack Fulham. I'll be calling all the action this afternoon from beautiful Totally Workwear Park, which is draped in sunshine on Queensland Day. Plenty of sport going on across both codes of footy, netball, everything happening on Queensland Day. Down the coast, we've got the Brisbane Lions and the Gold Coast Suns battling it out into Q Clash tonight at Suncorp Stadium. The Broncos and the Titans playing. It is a massive slate of action for Queensland Day, and wherever you are celebrating the day, we hope you're enjoying it, getting stuck into a barbecue or two. Meanwhile, here at Redland-Victoria Point, this is a massive game with finals implications on the line. Maroochydore, they are 7-1. They've been mighty impressive, bouncing back from a big defeat last week with a 55-point win up the coast against the Labrador Tigers. And Kobe Young kicking 4 goals in that one. Redland-Victoria Point, they come in off the bye. Their last game out before the bye in round 8 was, well, a 61-point win against the Broadbeach Cats here at Totally Workwear Park. And the big story of the day will be their spearhead, Matt Hamilton, currently leading the goal kicking in the TPIL Lawyers QAFL by 32 over his nearest rival. He has kicked 60 goals in just 8 games, including 12 goals last time out against Broadbeach. He is a man in incredible form at the peak of his powers, 30 years old and dominating the competition. And it'll be interesting to see who Maroochydore throw at him. First up will be their key defender, Riley O'Keefe, that gets the job. We will wait and see. The coin has been tossed. It looks like Redland-Victoria Point will be kicking to the right of your screen in this first quarter. Now, a breeze favouring, well, not really favouring either end. You probably put it to the right of your screen at a push, but it's coming across the ground. That'll affect kicking. Been watching both teams in the warm-ups, and kicks going either side of the post with the breeze. Set to play a factor in the reserves game. It was Maroochydore running out convincing winners over Redland-Victoria Point as we get set for a start here on TPIL Lawyers QAFL match of the day. And before we get started, a big thank you to our fill, boundary and goal umpires that are brought to you by Bradnam's Windows and Doors, and we thank Bradnam's Windows and Doors for their continued support of the AFL Queensland umpiring fraternity, which has been ongoing for quite a while now as the players make their way out to their positions. And this is a big game for Redland-Victoria Point, the defending premiers. They're 5-3 on the season. Maroochydore 7-1. And this is a big game. They need to get the job done at home if they are to breathe some fire into their premiership defence. So Redland-Victoria Point kicking to the right of your screen in this first quarter. Maroochydore going to the left. A big ruck battle this afternoon. Two of the best ruckmen in the comp in Will Jones and Craig Malone doing battle. And a nice crowd building here at Totally Workwear Park. And we look forward to their company across the afternoon and your company watching at home, wherever you are. on Queensland Day. Let's get the action under the way. It'll be Malone and Jones to do battle. Great tap down by Malone, straight down the throat of Aston, who was tackled as soon as he got it. And we'll have a repeat ball up in the middle. So Malone gets first hand on it again. Miller tried to soccer forward. Malone had his kick smothered. Now the 1-2, that was good work by the ruckman. And Malone chips it up towards half forward to the edge of 50. Cameron was there, couldn't get a hand on it. So was Housfield. And a big pack of players converge on the football. And we'll have a ball up, 55 out from Redland-Victoria points goal. So Wilson and Malone again. Aston having his jumper tugged. You get a free kick, you can't do that. So Aston, 65 from home. Wheels around and drops this one in the Hamilman direction. Big pack of players. Hamilman stuck the jukes up, couldn't mark. Hamilman, when he got it at ground level, shoveled it off to Cameron, and Cameron was run across the boundary line. Throw in, 35 out. Promising start for the Sharks. It does look like O'Keefe will have the Hamilman matchup as Hamilman does the ruck work in the forward 50. Tap down by Wilson. Here's Thomas arcing around, caught in the tackle, managed to get the handball off to O'Keefe, who just acted on the boot outside defensive 50. Wilson a long way up the ground. Maroochydore joint leading goal kicker. He had his handball intercepted. And now Aston came up with the footy, shoveled the handball off to Powell. Powell, low chiseling ball inside forward 50, but O'Keefe got back on the last line to take the intercept mark at the top of the goal square. Ball to move it on now. High ball out towards the broadcast wing. Malone was there, and coming across was Williams, the fullback in last year's QAFL Team of the Year. Took the intercept mark. Just a high, long searching ball inside forward 50. Cameron is 2-on-1, did well enough to force the contest to get the ball out of bounds, while the ball in just inside the 50-metre arc. Redland-Victoria point dominating the possession in this first quarter. Both teams yet to score. We've played 2.25 minutes on TPIL Lawyers QAFL match of the day. Malone and Wilson. Wilson got front position, tapped it down. Thomas is there. So is Delaney, and we'll have another ball up. As I introduce for the first time today my co-commentator this afternoon, Jack Barry, AFL Queensland legend. Thanks for joining us. Bit of a cluster with the traffic outside, Jack.
Yes, sorry about the lateness to getting here today, but looking forward to seeing this game, Jack. Looking forward to calling with you, one of the best in the business, so I'm sure it's going to be a great day for footy.
As Malone taps it down, here's Housfield. Got it to the man on the boundary, which is Malone, and Malone, a big fellow, I think, no, it's Cooper Pell who has kicked it from a miracle position. He was being tackled up across the line, managed to get ball on ball, and it sailed through from 40 metres out on the boundary. That's an incredible start to proceedings here at Totally Workwear Park.
Well, this young lad is building nicely after each round. That was a beautiful goal, Jack. He kicked it nice and high. He let the small bit of wind that we got do the rest. And the Sharks have the first on the board.
Well, what a finish, and a reward for effort in the opening stages, because they've dominated the territory battle, but that Maroochydore defence has been holding up under a lot of pressure until eventually they broke. So the Sharks lead one straight. Maroochydore yet to score. Almost 4 minutes played, first quarter on TPIL Lawyers match of the day. Wilson and Malone renew hostilities in the middle. Malone won the tap. And through the middle there is Easton. Handball away, and now Thomas will burst out of the middle, send a high ball forward, looking for Young. Williams got in front, took another intercept mark, and he's got a man out here on the far side. That is Harry Taylor, who's found some space on the half-back flank. Far side of the ground. Ball to move it on. They go up the line. And the man looking for the ball inboard. That was a great kick. Malone found some space in the centre square, and they got men on. Malone, bit of a mongrel kick. Set a task for his man there. He gathered and went along inside forward 50. Hamilman was caught behind, couldn't take the mark. Here's Gassot, twisting and turning, managed to get it off. Quick kick out of danger, and there's another goal for the Sharks. No.
The Sharks looking ominous. That was a nice front and centre, a nice kick away. I think it might have been Miller. I'm not sure if it was a nice shot on goal.
So Maroochydore bring it out. Hunter Moore, long ball, the outer side flank. And that's a great mark taken by Cooper Delaney, who got up tall. Delaney as a man leading up. It's Pabst, who turned his man inside out and then gathered the ball, went inside forward 50, looking for Cumberland. Just a little bit too hot for him to handle. Sharks have it now. Aston, good handball up the line. He's hunkered. Now Miller, Hamilton, long ball towards half forward, and getting in front was Riley O'Keefe, who punched it away from Hamilton and out across the line. Like a throw in at half forward.
Nice strategy there by O'Keefe. He's playing in front of Hamilton, and that's 2 contests now where he's had the ascendancy. But a good chain of handballs by the Sharks coming out of defensive 50.
So throw in, corner of the square at half back, alone. Well, got the tap, and we'll have another ball up. So if you were coaching against Matt Hamilton, would you tell your defender to just play in front, and if he beats you out the back, so be it?
Yeah, look, he's a very hard player to match up on. You really do need the pressure from the midfielders so that he can't get any quality ball going inside forward 50. He's going to kick goals, there's no question about it. He's such a champion player, but I like his strategy early. He's been in front, and he's won the 50-50 so far.
So Maroochydore, they got numbers on through the middle. Here they come, inside forward 50. The kick went looking for Cumberland, who did well to gather it on the bounce, and then was ripped off it. Diving in there was Prokos, who did well and forced a stoppage. So they'll have a ball up, 40 out from Maroochidore's goal. Their first real foray into their forward 50 this afternoon.
Yeah, looking forward to watch Cumberland today.
Former Tigers listed player Noel Cumberland. Here's Thomas, gets the handball off and then just poked it to the top of the square. Williams was the only man back. That's his third intercept mark of the day, and we've only played 7 minutes. Fast start for Adrian Williams. We've seen him do it plenty of times before. So Redland-Victoria point on that outer side of Totally Workwear Park. The kick went over the top. And now they're going to go inside forward 50. Hamilton one-on-one out the back. O'Keefe came over the top, got a hand on it. Hamilton just socketed it off the ground from 30 out. He's kicked it off the ground from 30 out.
There's nothing this man can't do.
Oh, Matt Hamilton. Well, O'Keefe, he must be just pulling his hair out because he did nothing wrong. He got the spoil on it. His second effort was great. Matt Hamilton just throws a boot at it and puts it through. He has the Midas touch. This man, goal 61 on the season.
It was a great kick by Clay Cameron, probably trying to kick to advantage. He set it up a little bit for, again, O'Keefe in the front spot, brought it to ground again, really well done. But again, just the smartness of Hamilton, an opportunist off the ground. He's kicked his, what you said, his 61st, a great call, Jackson. A good start by the Sharks.
So they're 2-1-13, Maroochydore yet to score. 8 minutes played. 4th versus 5th on a perfect Saturday afternoon for footy at Totally Workwear Park. Aston trying to get the clearance, still trying to work it free. And now kicked it up the chimney, still inside the centre square. Rue's come up with it. Quick kick on the boot. Goes over the head of a couple there at half forward. Tracking back was Jessup. Wilson beating to the football and then turned it inboard for Young. Young, clever kick, found Thomas in stride. Thomas just hacks a handball forward into the goal square almost. Williams is back there. He had Ronke for company, still working close to the boundary line, and a free kick will be given away. It will go the way of the Sharks. Advantage paid. They get out of danger again. With the long ball, outer side wing. Oh, the ball sat perfectly for Cameron. Managed to turn inside, got a handball to Callahan. Callahan, well, his kick looking inside forward 50 was smothered. And the Roos have some numbers out going the opposite direction. Man's found some space out. It's O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer, good delivery to the edge of the arc. We know Cumberland's marked close to the boundary line. Don't think he'll be able to kick it from there, although he's shaping to go back and have a shot.
Well, we know he's a bit of a big game player. He certainly had his moments in the AFL. So, there's blustery conditions, Jack, but I think if he sits it up nice and high, he's a big chance.
He kicked 3 goals on Maroochydore debut last week. He's given this one a good ride. It gets right there and just took a couple of fingertips before going through. So Maroochydore get their first score of the day. They're one behind Redlands, 2-1-13. It's a 12-point margin. We've played 10 minutes first quarter. Chapman gets the handball off. Kick at half back was a shocker. Maroochydore with numbers around the footy. One of them was Gay Brown. He turned it over. Here come the Sharks. Down the outer side wing. Oh, good attack on the football there. I think it was Hahn. He did well and then got the kick up towards half forward. Young, great gather. Handball back to Thomas. Thomas pops one over the top into the path of Castine, who had to backtrack and then hand it back over the top to O'Dwyer, who chips it inside forward 50. Was knocked away there from Stone, and Gassot did really well to come up with the footy. Handball out for Rigby. Rigby got an awful bounce. Eventually it sat for him. And then a quick kick on the boot to the edge of their defensive 50. The Sharks still working in there. And now it's going to be Bromwich, who picked it up and then had a runner outside. It was Hamilton. And now they've got players on. Their centre wing, outer side. Wheeling around is Callahan, who went in the Stallard direction, overshot him. Coming off was Keefe, who did well, got in front of Hamilton, attacked the footy, gathered, and then went along down the line and kicked it out on the full.
Yeah, Coach Walsh from Maroochydore, he wanted a bit more forward pressure there. The Sharks have been able to run that ball out a few times already this first quarter. I'm going to tighten that up if he can.
So young Harry Taylor to take the free kick. Goes to Pope. Pope chips it up and finds Rigby. Rigby chip to Chapman. So they're inside the centre square now. Chapman content to go back and across to Williams. Now to this broadcast side. That's a risky kick by Williams looking for Prokos. It went over the top. Prokos came back and gathered and then chiseled it up the line and found Jet Jessen around 80 metres from home. Jessen with plenty of players leading at him and went looking for Aston. Overshot him. Aston followed up the way some pressure, but Maroochydore had it. Thomas, another touch for him. Here's O'Dwyer. Went along down the line. It was Hahn, in fact, and that was a great kick by Hahn. Found a leading Wilson on the edge of the arc. Wilson wheels around, delivers top of the square. Could have been a free kick down there. Nothing paid, and then they come away with it through Harry Taylor. The Sharks' defence holding up so far. Chip into the centre square. Aston, plenty of the footy early. And here's Taylor, who ran on. Gave a handball to Patterson. A couple of the young guns linking up, but Patterson's kick was poor. And it's marked at half back by Zach Shelton. It's been a high tempo game so far, Jack.
Yeah, the ball going from end to end. Intercept marking. We've seen Williams at one end of the ground. They're certainly doing their job in the defence for the Roos.
Here's Castine from Maroochydore. Long ball inside forward 50. Cumberland came at it. Came off his chest. Chapman working in there. And we've got a free kick. Jake Chapman, the Buzz Lightyear lookalike, who put his head over the footy. Did well. Into the back pocket, Adrian Williams. Almost had the most touches on the ground early, Adrian Williams. He's been in everything. Back to Chapman and then back up the line to Patterson. And good by foot. Redland-Victoria point. Patterson runs his full measure. And then that's a long, beautiful kick up the line to Hamilton, who found some space on centre wing, outer side. Hamilton wheels around now. Had a man out at half forward. It's Callahan, who's marked just inside the chalk from 55. Callahan goes in the Hamilton direction. Once again, beautiful work by O'Keefe, but Hamilton's gathered again at ground level. Snap on goal. Matt Hamilton's kicked another.
Well, he's no one-trick pony, is he? If he doesn't mark it, the ball hits the deck. He's created two unbelievable goals through with the ball hitting the deck, Jack.
Oh, he can do it in the air and he can do it on the ground. Goal 62 on the season, and he's second this afternoon. Redland, they shoot out to an 18-point lead with 14 minutes played first quarter on TPIL Lawyers Match of the Day.
Again, great work by O'Keefe in the front spot. Brought the ball to ground, but again, he's such a dynamic player, and he's certainly right on top of his game at the moment. He's a bums-on-seats player, no question about it. There's a good crowd here that's good here today to watch these two top-of-the-table teams play.
This is an interesting question that I've asked a few people at Redland-Victoria Point and people that know the league. Yeah, if you're an AFL team, you could do a lot worse than look at someone like Matt Hamilton to fill a spot on your list.
I know,
at the very least.
It's a good call, Jack. I've been intrigued about it myself over the years, whether he wants to. I'm not really sure he even nominates himself for the draft, but he's certainly been in the system before.
Malone thumped it forward. Aston and Thomas Two of the comp's best midfielders going head-to-head this afternoon. Another ball up centre square. Beautiful conditions here at Totally Workwear Park. Queensland Day. Maroochydore trying to work it out through the middle. Gassot put his head over the footy. Clean pick up by Gassot. Sweeps a handball out to Aston on the point of the square. Aston turns inside, beats a tackle. Now a high, long ball into the square looking for Hellman. Knocked away from him, but a ground level and running into an open goal is Housefield. Sharks have their four.
Great contest. Housefield read the play really well, front and centre. He did have that kick. I think I might have given it to Miller earlier when he missed the goal, but it was Housefield again. He's been dynamic up forward, and he cashed in then. Good work. Great work by Gazoo as well to get the ball out into open space. Aston started off very strong. He's got to be potentially a Grover medal favourite early on this season.
Crumbing by Housefield, just in the right spot at the right time. And Hamilton, he is like a lantern for moths. They all came for him. And a couple of Redland-Victoria players allowed to stay down and sweep into an open goal. It's been a good start by the Sharks. Maroochydore a little bit slow out of the blocks. They're 7-1 on the season. Redland's 5-3. As we get set back in the middle, free kick will go the Sharks' way. This is turning into a great first quarter for them. Bromwich with the free kick. He'll deliver it long inside forward 50. Drops it about 30 out. Oh, big fly there from deep in the pack. It was Housefield again. And then picking it up there and having a shot on goal was Shepherd, but he's kicked it out on the full.
James Shepherd, well, he read that play really well. A nice front and centre. Couldn't execute the kick that he would have liked. So a chance now for Maroochydore to reset. But leave the next one, Jack.
Well, 24 points down. Stone just allowed to amble out of the back pocket before delivering long to half back. Wilson did well. Just handballed it into the path of Cumberland. Cumberland tried to go off the ground. Had a fresh area of it. Thomas still chasing after the footy. They've worked it to half field without getting a clean touch from Maroochydore. The Sharks have plenty of numbers out. Patterson. Now Chapman close to the boundary line, just handballed it back into play. The Maroochydore players asking for insufficient intent. They won't get it. We'll have a throw in, 60 out. So no, it has been paid, the lasso rule. So Maroochydore with the free kick. They'll go inside forward 50. This one to about 40 out. Wilson got a shove in the back from Prokoff's not paid. Handball forward, trying to get a boot on ball was Lockie O'Keefe. Couldn't. And then coming up with it was Taylor. They're holding up under pressure at the moment, the Sharks, as the ball goes out 45 from home.
Yeah, their ability to get numbers to the ball and to the contest and run that ball out has been pretty impressive for the Sharks in this first turn.
The Sharks lead 25-1. 18 minutes played, first quarter at Totally Workwear Park. Out here on the Bayside. A lot of players around the footy. Wilson, the big fella in there from Maroochydore. And another ball up. Wilson and Malone. And we've got a free kick. It's going the Sharks' way. Craig Malone, ruck infringement. And Malone looked wide, but his kick hung up in the air. It was looking for Taylor, who had a couple to beat. He did well enough, Taylor, to force a contest. Diving on the football there, I think it was Aston, and he's going to be pinged for holding the ball. Unlucky. In fact, it was Jessen. And Maroochydore go inside forward 50. Here's Wilson. Aaron Wilson is marked 25 metres out directly in front.
Yeah, that was a great play. Was that? I wasn't sure who kicked that ball. Was it Simpson or but whoever it was? It was a quick play, really quickly, and then nailed the kick. And a beautiful mark now, shot and goal chance that Coach Walsh will want to see the Roos get their first of the afternoon.
So Aaron Wilson, their joint leading goal kicker with 26 goals from 8 games in 2026, and he has struck this one beautifully, straight through the middle. Wilson gets his first. The Roos get their first. They're on the board. Margin cut to 18 points. It played 19 and a half minutes first quarter on TPIL Lawyers Match of the Day.
Well, that's the one they wanted. The 20-minute mark of the first term, they get their first for the afternoon. Quick ball movement was the key for Wilson. He had a quick lead into space, and his teammate hit him out in the front. Hard to stop those ones. So they can get a late one. They can sort of halve this quarter. And the Redlands look so dangerous going forward.
And if you were to, the breeze is blowing across the ground, but if you were to put a kind of, if it was favouring either side, you'd probably say it's just favouring the Sharks.
It's a hard one to pick up, Jack.
Malone, here's Miller, did well. 1-2 there with Green. Scotty Miller, the veteran, inside forward 50. That is a beautiful kick. And he's found his man, lays out there. Stallard. Tyler Housefield, in fact.
Well, he started hot Housefield, hadn't he? He's had a couple of touches. He's already kicked one. But again, good work, teamwork by the Sharks. And then Miller nails a beautiful kick going inside forward 50. The Sharks looking to answer one straight back, Jack.
So Housefield looking for his second. This one will take a good kick. He's 45 metres out. Just sets it up there, and it is working its way back with the breeze. Has it got the range? I think it has. Housefield has two. Redland have their fifth. 5-1-31. Maroochydore 1-1-7. Margin back out to 24 points.
Well, the Sharks had the break. They've come out hot today. 5 goals in the first term on their home deck against a club who started really well this season. Had a big hiccup against Palm Beach, but they've regrouped. They've only got a few injuries, but both clubs probably have. So, still 23 to the play yet.
We move into time on first quarter. Malone and Wilson. They're back at it. Malone, great tap down, straight down the throat of Aston, who burst away. High ball inside forward 50. Here's Housefield again. Ball bounced just in front of him. Maroochydore have a few troops back. One of them's Delaney, who got it to O'Dwyer, who saw it across the line. Another ball in, 40 out.
Once again, Housefield was 3 deep then, but got to the fall of the ball before anyone else.
Got some speed. Well, as Hugo Paps comes onto the ground for Maroochydore. Malone got the tap down. Stone working in there. There you go, centre of the ground. They've got a man out here at half forward. If the ball will sit for Easton, it does. Then Easton, that was a good tackle by Prokost. Easton got it away. The handball inside forward 50. And a clean pick up here. Goes over the top of Wilson and couldn't quite trap it with a couple for company. And once again, the Sharks defence stands up.
Oh, fantastic defence there. They had their numbers weren't working their way, but they worked hard to maintain possession.
So Pell delivered long down the line and goes out of bounds. It was touched before it did go out. We'll have a throw in. Maroochydore side of halfway, outer side of Totally Workwear Park. They've had all the running in this first quarter, the Sharks. They lead by 24 points. At the time on first quarter, TPIL Lawyers match of the day. Malone wins another hit out. He's dominated the ruck duel so far. Great tackle there late on Aston. Roos go inside forward 50. Over the head of Wilson, who followed up and laid a great tackle on Prokost. And the ball up. Oh, in fact, the umpires played it as a high tackle. I thought that was just a nice clean hit, but apparently he slipped high. Prokost in the back pocket. Just a dump kick down the line to the point of the square. Sharks, quick kick forward. Housefield lurking there again. So is Gasso. Gasso is wrapped up. And a couple. Ball up in the centre again. Contest there by Dayton. And another ball up. Plenty of stoppages in the last couple of minutes. Tap forward.
Yeah, looking forward to the ruck duel today, Jack. Both these boys, I think, ranked 2 or maybe 3 and 4 in the hit-outs for the year. But certainly there's no doubt Malone, one of the premier ruckmen in the competition. He's going to get another one now.
So Malone, he's got a couple of free kicks. Jones outsized and outgunned in this first quarter. Malone, high ball to the top of the square. And
taking a good mark back there on the last line was Hunter Moore. That's one of his strengths is he's an intercept marker, and leave him to be doing that today, but we're seeing Williams influencing the back end of the other end of the oval for the Sharks.
Risky kick out towards the pocket. Delaney couldn't get a hand on it. Lockie O'Keefe there. Sharks have it. Rigby had his kick smothered. A little dribble kick forward. Here come the rules through. Gabe Brown working it through the middle to McIver. McIver, long ball. They got a couple men out the back here, and one of them is Young. Kobe Young found some space 30 out from goal and marked it on his chest.
Well, he's looked lively today, Young. He's had a few good possessions. You called him early in the call, Jack, and again, he's a nice kick to advantage. He's taken a nice mark. He kicked 26 already this year and a rising star last year with the Maroochydore Roos.
As you mentioned, he has been impressive. The joint leading goal kicker coming into today, Kobe Young. This is a big kick to close the gap to 18 points in the shadow of quarter time. Relatively elementary kick of the football, and he's hit the post. As soon as I said that, I put the mods on him.
Well, he just tried to steer it through, didn't he, Jack? He didn't kick right through the footy, and unfortunately he's hit the post.
Just poked at it.
Poked at it, yes.
Sharks bring it in. Here's Bromwich. Still inside defensive 50. Miller leads at it. Opts not to go to it. Malone has set himself down the line. The kick comes in his direction. In front there was... the ball up. Maroochydore side of halfway. We've got a Barney on. There's a few getting in there. Miller. Bailey Hahn was a bit angry. Umpire just said, let's get on with it. Called it up straight away. That's good umpiring. Aston, he flew around him. Kick out of danger there from Patterson. Patterson's kick has been intercepted at half back. Good mark taken by Delaney. And here is Hunter Moore. Tips it back to Delaney. So they're happy to just chip the ball around, work a little bit of clock. Delaney up the line. That's a good kick. Found Ronke. Just behind halfway, broadcast wing. There's a man on shore. It's not to use him. And delivers long down the line into Jones' direction. Malone got in front. I think Jones will get a free kick here. He was being held in the contest by Williams. So Jones, 55 from home. There's no one on the mark at the moment, so he can just play on the big fella and run to the edge of 50. He does. Kick high into the pocket, set his man down there, Wilson, a 2-on-1 contest who, well, he wasn't going to win that one. And the ball's gone out of bounds. Next to the behind post, we'll have a throw in.
Well, late first term, can the Roos snag one here? Where's Cumberland, where's Hahn? And of course, the number 3, Thomas, who knows where those sticks are.
31 plays 8, Jones, front position, and then Malone came over the top and just whacked it away. Here's Hahn close to the boundary, gathered, and then was pushed out before he could get it on his boot. Throw in 40 out.
Again, the defensive pressure by the Sharks has been outstanding in the first term.
Jones and Malone to do battle again. Boundary umpires come in, giving himself 5 metres. Throw in. On the move there was Castine. The tap went right down his throat, but he was tackled straight away. Ball up again. Hahn out of danger, just chucked it on the boot. And on the last line, once again, Adrian Williams. And his kick out to the halfback flank was a beauty. Found a man out there. Now the kick back to the defensive goal square where Williams has it again. Plenty of footy in this first quarter. Williams goes into the pocket, finds Pope. They've been composed by foot in this first quarter. Pope gestures long, and now sold some candy to the man on the mark, runs his full measure and heaves it along. Bounced off the chest of Shepherd. Free kick has been paid. It will go Maroochidore's way. This one the way of Jade Easton. He's had a couple of moments. Easton got a little handball off to McIver. McIver hoists a high one to the top of the goal square. Wilson was outmarked at ground level there. And missing it from almost point-blank range was Hugo Pabst. Well, that was a golden opportunity.
They're chipping away. They're looking for a late one, but they'll play on quickly.
Sharks have men out here. Hambleton's handball over the top set of task for Cameron, and Cameron was taken high as he put his head over the footy. In fact, it was Callahan. Callahan out of side. Had nothing to go too long down the line, so forced to chip it to Hambleton close to the boundary line.
The Sharks happy to go backwards and around, trying to find different exits to get inside their forward 50.
Siren has sounded. Quarter time in TPIL Lawyers match of the day, and it's the home side, the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks, starting the better in the first quarter. At quarter time, they lead by 22 points. We'll take a quick break and be back with all the second quarter action.
You need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. When it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims, choose TPIL, the personal injury lawyers. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of the AFL Queensland.
AFL 9s, it's footy for
best mates looking to be teammates.
cardio fiends after a bit of competition.
Legends of the game, looking at making a comeback.
It's footy for when your week's pretty cooked.
Or for fitting it in between classes.
It's footy!
It's footy.
It's footy!
It's footy for me.
Okay, let's give them 60 minutes of skills, fitness and fun. And let's not forget about connection. We're talking safe, inclusive and modified rules, perfect for newcomers. Okay, super kick on 3.
1, 2, 3, super kick!
Super fun, super safe, super inclusive. Super kick, tailor-made for 7 to 12-year-olds.
Football club is very, very important in this community. Without it, there's not much else to do in such a small town.
I do believe that there's so much more to sport than just winning.
If my story says anything, it's that you don't need the experience, having the passion and having the want to see the young girls excel.
It's also, to me, a chance to give back to the community.
To find your more, visit play.afl/more to footy.
It's not just an Australian sport. There's a lot of countries that come over and create a home here that can also join in and play the sport to the fullest potential.
All the advice that you get given, it's really inspiring.
Being part of a football team is more than just a game. It's like a family.
To find your more.
viewers, TPIL Lawyers QAFL match of the day, round 10. Between the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks and the Maroochydore Kangaroos at quarter time. It is Redland-Victoria Point holding a 22-point lead. They kicked 5 goals to 1 in that first quarter. My name's Jack Fulham. Alongside me on the gantry this afternoon, Jack Barry. Jack, how'd you see that first quarter? Fifth, currently outpacing fourth.
Yeah, well, a great start by RVP. They were magnificent, and Hamilton has sort of kicked goals out of nowhere, which was what we expect to see. He's such a strong leader mark, but he didn't have that opportunity with O'Keefe, who's done a great job on him. I suppose the area for Coach Walsh for Maroochydore, he'll be wanting his forwards just to add a little bit more pressure. I think a couple of times they walked that ball out of defence a little bit too well. They chained the handballs. Williams was outstanding in the first term, so he wants more forward pressure from them this term. They'll need to bounce back quickly at the start of the second.
The goal kickers in that first quarter for Redland-Victoria Point. Houseford kicked 2, Hamilton 2, and Cooper Pell a single. A hell of a goal from the boundary line, 40 metres out. And the only goal scorer for Maroochydore, Aaron Wilson, kicked his 27th of season 2026. Let's get the second quarter underway. Malone and Jones. Malone won it again. He's been dominant in the ruck so far. Aston putting his head over it, gathered it, now got the clearance. Kicked towards half forward over the head of Callaghan. Tapped on there. Callaghan ran back and got it. And from 35, his kick came off the side of the boot. And he missed it to the left-hand side. So, quick start for the Sharks. 5-2-32. Maroochydore 1-3-9. 23-point margin. We play 30 seconds. And kick to come out of fullback with Moore. Jones is there. Cleared the pack. Close to the boundary line. And intent to see it across was Pope.
They've got a lovely, it must be a ladies' day here today. There's a big crowd here, and some of Redland-Victoria Point's finest, all well dressed up, looking for a big day of footy.
There's another hit out. Thomas tackled as soon as he gathered it. No try. We'll have another ball up. Shark side of halfway here at Totally Workwear Park. Beautiful conditions for footy. A little bit blustery, but bright sunshine and around 18-19 degrees. Aston with a couple for company, still working you forward. Now went back and got it to Miller. Miller kick inside 50. Couldn't mark, it was Cameron, but he picked it up and wheeled around and sent it to the top of the goal square. Pack form, knocked away. Housfield on hands and knees. And then Housfield came up with it, had a shot on goal, kicked his third. Oh, Tyler Housfield's having a day.
He has been electric. Again, ability to keep his feet under the contest, picks it up in one go, gets onto his left and puts it through. A great start by Housfield. He has been dynamite.
Yeah, Jack in the box just snapped to his feet. It was incredible. And his finish was class off a couple of steps.
Well, no Brown today. And Housfield has just stepped up. His ability to read the play, read the cues, he's done it very well today. Such a good start. And again, Aston was crucial in that contest. Aston and Miller get that ball inside 40-50.
So Malone and Jones. Here they go again, the Sharks. Miller puts it on the boot. Callaghan couldn't quite mark it half forward. Will O'Dwyer is tackled high. You get a free kick. Looks wide, goes wide. Thomas has found some space out. Centre wing out of side. Thomas puts it on now. The line was good. He is patched. Sharks players streaming back into the fence. Patch wheels around and goes long. 2-on-1 contest, but Cumberland, sandwiched in between Chapman and Malone, has taken the mark.
A fantastic mark again. Talk about reading the cues. He just worked his forward, the player in front of him, which was the big fella, just pushed him under the ball, and then with one grab, read the play and took a really strong mark.
Noah Cumberland, 3 on debut from Maroochydore last week. It's game 2 in yellow and green. Around 40 metres out, tightish angle. Wind has died down almost on cue for his kick. Makes good contact with it. It's coming back. He's put it right through the middle. Noah Cumberland gets his first of the afternoon, and Maroochydore strike back.
Yeah, great goal there by Cumberland. been a fantastic pick-up for him to come back to his home club. And again, that ball just going inside 450, just worked the big fella underneath the ball. And then took Craig Malone and took a one grab and then nailed that goal. So I'm sure we'll get their second for the afternoon.
From his AFL days, he always had a clean set of hands.
Yeah, no, I thought he would have got picked up after he left Richmond. There's no question about it. He's an exciting player. He had his moments in AFL footy.
Had some good games for the Tigers. Maroochydore cut the margin to 23 points. We've played 4.25 minutes, second quarter. TPIL Lawyers match of the day. Thomas trying to work it forward. Free kicks going Maroochidore's way. Hahn takes the advantage. Long ball inside forward 50. Big pack there. Cumberland couldn't mark. Sharks have it now through Rigby. Rigby just scrubs a kick forward. Intercepted by the Roos. High ball inside forward 50. Wilson sets himself. Prokos just shoved him in the back and gave away a free kick. That was silly. He had good position, Prokos. He didn't need to do it.
Well, Cumberland was filthy not getting a free kick. He thought he was pushed earlier. He stayed and represented with the umpire. The ball comes back inside forward 50, turns around, and Wilson gets front spot, and he gets a free kick. Well done, Wilson.
Aaron Wilson, their only goal of the first quarter. They're looking to make it 2 on the day. They'll have to get this one from around 45. He crosses the arc of 50. Makes nice contact with it. It's close to that behind post, but he snuck it in. Aaron Wilson has 2, and the Roos have 2 in a row.
Again, he's been in great form this year, Aaron Wilson. He won the Anzac medal earlier in the year for Maroochydore. And again today, stood tall in the contest, played in front, got the free kick. He's had 2 shots on goal, he's nailed both of them. And a really good start. He's having an unbelievable year in Ben Thomas, having more midfield time this season, and he's looked dangerous. And he's been good again today so far, Jack.
He has, averaging 24 touches a game, Ben Thomas, in season 2026. 3rd in the coaches' votes. And a regular start to the season. Going into the ruck is Easton for the Roos. Provides a good contest in there. Malone's on his hands and knees, and they're still inside the centre circle. Another ball up. Easton and Malone. Malone kicks it forward. All Roos there. Simpson picks it up. Travelled it across to Easton. Regathered well, and then was slung around in the tackle. Couldn't get a clean handball away. Went back in after it. Umpire hovering. How will they call it? Well, a play on. It bowled out. He was looking like he was going to play holding the ball. Roos come forward. Malone just loitering there at half-back. Took the intercept mark. Risky handball. Set a real task for Prokos, who was tackled as soon as he got it to have the ball up.
Yeah, he was like, I don't think Prokos saw the handball coming. Probably should need to be a little bit more aware around the big ruckman. He was nailed pretty quickly.
Malone taps it forward. Malone working in there, and another ball off to be had.
You called it in your call earlier, Jack, but Malone has been dominant in his hit out so far, hasn't he?
Well, he just manoeuvres that big frame under the ball, and it's hard to move him out of the way. So, taps it back. Madison didn't get a clean handball away, and another ball up. Both of these teams are real kick-heavy teams.
Yeah.
Both of them going at a ratio of about 2-to-1 kick to handball this year. They like to go long down the line and back their strength in the air. Intercept mark taken at half back. It's Moore, who's come into the game in the last 10 to 15 minutes. He's got a man on the broadcast side. Drives it along. 2-on-2 contest. O'Keefe couldn't mark. All Sharks out the back. Filled inside, there was a poor kick. Lockie O'Keefe split the handball forward. McIver ran around. Great kick into the centre square. That was good. Found Ronke. Ronke's handball to Hahn. Hahn goes into the forward pocket. Young, a full stretch. Couldn't mark, but managed to get back on his feet and gather. The focus came across to knock it out of bounds by the throw in 35 minutes.
It was a nice little build done inside their forward 50. Just couldn't hold the mark the youngster there in Young. But I'll get a reset inside forward 50.
A lot of players around the footy. Cumberland is there. Malone, front position again. Tapped it down. Forcing his way through there. To no avail. And another ball up, this time on the edge of the arc. That's Thomas. Ball comes down, across the boundary line. Hahn screws it to the top of the square. It's knocked away in there. In the last line of defence, they still don't concede. Dangerous kick in. Thomas with the outside of the boot, shot on goal. It's coming back. That has swung back a mile. Ben Thomas, what a finish. And they've kicked 3 in a row, the Roos.
Yeah, that's they've answered back strongly, and Thomas is so smart around goals. I watch him at every stoppage going forward. I know he's doing more midfield time and having a great season for it, but he's very, very clever. He knows where the sticks are.
How good was that? He started that on the left-hand point post, I reckon. The breeze is blowing across to help push the ball back. That swung back a mile.
I think he's kicked the doozy right. Great goal, Ben Thomas. And more importantly, as you said, Jack, they've bounced back. They've come out of the blocks. They've kicked 3 unanswered goals. Is that right?
Yeah, they've kicked 3 in a row and 3 of the first 4 of the quarter. The margin is back to 11 points. 10 minutes gone. Malone took it out of the ruck, put it on his boot. Still inside the centre square. Zach Stone gave a good contest. Here's Gasso being spun around in the tackle. Don't know how he got rid of that. Apparently he did. Bruce, plenty of numbers out here. Good work there by Ronke. And now they sweep it forward. And there's a good mark taken on the lead by Wilson. Geez, he covers some distance, Wilson. Wheels around, kick to the edge of 50. Cumberland had it knocked away from him. He wanted the free kick, Cumberland. None coming. We'll have a ball in on the 50-metre arc. Bruce into attack, kicking to the right of screen in this second quarter. So Easton gives himself a little bit of space to have a run and jump at it. Easton gathers at ground level, inside 50. Ball bounced in front of Wilson, hitting in the shins. Couple of Sharks working in there. And a kick out of danger, but it'll come back. That's a good mark, taken by Delaney. Delaney's kick inside forward 50, and the big fella, Jones!
Well, it was great work by Delaney. He was caught from behind, but he worked hard to get to the front spot, took the mark, turned around and lethally kicked that ball inside forward 50. And Big Jones put his big mitts out and took a strong grab. Now needs to finish it off. Roos coming back strong.
So Will Jones has kicked 6 goals in 2026. It was a viable option when he rests forward. This one from around 25 metres out, slight angle. And I think he's pushed that away to the right-hand side. He has. That's a big let-off for the Sharks. The Blues, 4-4-28. The Sharks, 6-2-38. 10 points the margin. RVP moving it. Kick towards the back flank. Overshot Jessen. Ball close to the boundary line. And holding the ball will go against the Roos. They'll get Jessen to get the free kick. At half back. Wanted to play on. Oh, it's a 50-metre penalty. So the man's run over the mark in Jessen. It's a generous 50-metre penalty. He's gone from half back all the way to half forward, and then the kick inside forward 50 was a shocker. Ended up on the chest of Mulaney from Maroochydore. Mulaney's kick was good, found Gabe Brown. He wheels around. Kick to the broadcast wing. That was a beauty. It found Castine in stride, but I think the kick will come back. So, I don't know who's this free kick going to? And what was it for?
Yep.
Well, curious umpiring, but Aston is the beneficiary. Broadcast wing. Shoots it short to Pope. Pope can go back to Aston here. He does. And Aston, 75 from home. Pope ran around for the handball. Maroochydore were awake to it. Aston pops it inside forward 50, and the mark taken in front. That is a strong mark taken by Clay Cameron. It was a low darting ball inside forward 50, and Cameron in best position and the strongest hands.
Yeah, he's been good today, Cameron. He's been worked further up the field. But that was a nice strong mark. He's a class player, premiership player, former AFL player.
So 45 metres out, 45-degree angle for Clay Cameron. This to stop the rod in the second quarter for the Sharks. That is a perfect kick off the boot. Clay Cameron gets his first of the afternoon, and the margin is back out to 16 points.
Yeah, nice little steadier there by the Sharks. Just to try and close that momentum that the Roos have had this term.
Goal number 7 on the year for Clay Cameron. Putting together my notes for this game, you go down the list of RVP goal kickers, and it's Hamilman on 60, and then just single figures the rest of the way down.
Yeah, Brown's been a good foil for him, but again, Cameron's done well. Cameron won the best and fairest here in 2019, so he's a class player.
So Jed Jessen into the ruck, coming up against Jones. Sharks win the clearance. Good handball by Shepherd out wide. Maroochydore have done well to turn it over. Working out there. Now the ball come forward through Thomas. They go inside forward 50. Cumberland pushed in the back again. So Noah Cumberland well and truly working his way into this game. And he'll have a free kick. He'll have to kick this one all of 50 metres, but we know he's got the range in him.
Yeah, well again, you're in the front spot. You can't chuck your arm. You can't get pushed out, so he's staying strong in the contest and he's picked up the free kick.
Noah Cumberland has kicked one today. Cut the margin back to 10 points. Nice run up. Fast bowler run up for Noah Cumberland. A hop, skip and a jump. Strikes it from 50. There's plenty of purchase on it. Makes the distance. Doesn't have the accuracy. The minor score for the Roos, 4-5-29, Redland 7-2-44, 15-point margin. Coming out of full back, alone, strong hands, can't complete the marks, following the tackle was Dayton. And no free kick forthcoming. Jones and Malone, another great tap out from Malone. Thomas is threw away. Great tackle by Gasso. Free kick at half back. So moves it on. High driving ball down the line. Big fly there from Houseville. Couldn't get a hand on it, and the ball bounces out. It'll be a lasso rule free kick because nobody touched it. Moore takes it, chips it in board. Here's O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer looks across the centre square, risky kick. Well, his man over there had to sit under it. That was Delaney. Hambledon took in front on contact, so they get the free kick and out of danger. Delaney chips it to O'Dwyer, who ran on. O'Dwyer up the line. They've worked it to centre wing. Kick towards the edge of 50. Wilson, couple of attempts, not paid the mark. Thought he could have completed it. Spun around in the tackle there. Hard on the edge of the 50-metre arc. Able to gather. Had to set sail for home, but it's well wide. Goes out on the full.
Up his work like this quarter, Harney's been dangerous, but a little bit more composure was needed just then.
Half back here is Taylor. Number 50 retreats into the back pocket to Williams. Williams across defensive goal face. Here's Patterson. Patterson looking to the outer side and half back. One mark taken out there by Rigby. His kick up the line was good. Coming board to Hambledon. Setting on the outer side. Slow build up by the Sharks, but they've used it well by foot today.
Yes, I think on top of their foot disposals today, they've used it, as you said.
Malone just tapped it down. That was almost ruck work there by Malone to Housefield, who screws it in board. Hamilton was lurking there. Well done by Maroochydore to come up with it. And now they run out of half back. Putting the ball under the arm there was Dayton, and his bounce went askew, but he was good enough to regather it. Man on in the centre of the ground. It's Paps with a paddock to work in. Paps goes long in the Cumberland direction. He gets out the back of Williams, gathers inside the boundary line, and just dribbled it towards goal, but getting back on the last line was Procox. Another minor score.
Well, great work by Past. He was courage. He took the game on. He had to. He had limited room for error, but he nailed his kick going inside, in through the corridor, and had a really good look at it just then.
Dumping ball out of full back. Ball got over the back of Shepherd. And we'll have the ball up in front of our broadcast location. Almost time on, second quarter. Sharks leading by 14 points. Then a good comeback in the second quarter by Maroochydore. After they trail by 24 at quarter time. Here's Hahn, being industrious. Kick to around 30 out. And what an intercept mark by Adrian Williams. Falling back with the one hand, if you don't mind. And then good delivery out to the back flank where he found Jet Green. They come in board now. Hunkin. Long kick. Hambleton found some space out the back. His mark 45 from goal. Tightish angle.
Well, a great defensive mark. The intercept mark didn't go unhanded this time. Here's another chance of going short.
And the kick to Hamilman. Went over the top of him. And out of play. So Hambleton not backing himself from range there. And well, when you got Matt Hamilman, you may as well go to him.
Yeah. I think everyone's drawn to what he's going to do and kick to him, but yeah, I thought he probably could have launched that into the right into the teeth of the square.
The ball in, Sharks into attack. Hamilton doing the ruck work, tapped it down for Gassot, who got a high up and under ball. Hambleton, O'Dwyer got hands on it and was taken in from front on contact, so O'Dwyer will get the free kick.
Yeah, gutsy play. O'Dwyer had to stand there under a dangerous ball, got cleaned up, but he got the free kick. Gutsy play.
A little bit sore getting up. Now takes his kick. Taking it was Riley O'Keefe. Dropped in the back pocket there by Dayton, and then Dayton was run down. That's holding the ball. Great pressure, Clay Cameron. And Dayton, a little bit sloppy with the football, had to go back in and get it, and then got run down.
Yeah, he just took it a little bit too easy. And then they were smart enough to quickly just pounce on him. Incorrect disposal to get a free shot on goal. A good turnover inside forward 50. Coach Moore will be wrapped with that pressure.
Clay Cameron kicked one earlier in the quarter. This to make it 2. From 30 out. Bit of an angle. Comes in. Liked it as soon as he kicked it. Clay Cameron gets his second for the afternoon. And the margin bounces back out to 20 points.
Well, Coach Moore will be wrapped with the firepower up forward. Hamilman, Cameron, done it for many, many times. Horsfield, as you spoke about earlier, all hitting the scoreboard today.
And I feel like Maroochydore have had all the running in this second quarter, and yet they've only made a 4-point inroad.
Well, that, as I said, that little turnover there, that drop mark, the skill error, again, just pounced on it, got the free kick back, and then hurt him with the kick on shot on goal. So that's what the top sides do.
Easton into the ruck to go up against Malone again. Malone has dominated in the middle. Wins it again. Big punch forward. Dayton came off the square. Overran it. Gassot beat a couple. Shot a handball out to Pell. Pell goes over the top. I think this is Taylor. Taylor from 50 metres. Shot on goal. Taylor's kicked it. What a goal, young man.
Well, great goal, Harry Taylor on the run. The momentum has swung the back half of this term, and the Redland-Victoria point have really jumped on board. Gazoo, as you spoke about, he's been lively. The Troy Clark scholarship winner from a few years back. Played a lot of rep footy with the Lions in the academy. He's certainly establishing himself now as a senior footballer here. It's great to see him in the red, white and black today.
Game high 26-point margin. The Sharks have kicked the last 3 after Maroochydore came back to 10 points. 9-2-56. The Roos 4-6-30. 23.5 minutes played. Thomas wins the clearance for the Roos. Kick towards half forward. Good handball there by Lockie O'Keefe. Back to Thomas. Thomas kicking side forward 50. Cumberland lurking there. Can he get a clean kick on it? Just dribbled it off the toe and then still kept it inboard to the top of the goal square. Wilson working on hands and knees and then eventually put through from the top of the square. I think that might have been Kobe Young who's kicked it. And Kobe Young gets his first of the afternoon and they stay in touch, the Roos.
Well, that's a good answer back. Just try and narrow that margin. You said they want reward for effort. And as you said, they've been pretty good this whole quarter. I think just had that lapse of concentration where they've just kicked goals quickly, and that's what Redland RVP can do. They get one straight back, which is good for the Roos. And Young's been had an impressive year.
Well, this only won't be wearing 47 for too much longer. Keeps this form up, they might find him a nice jumper in the single digits or the 20s.
Yep, working his way down.
Jones back into the ruck, overran it. Malone took it out of the ruck, heaved it forward. Hamilton's found some space. Hamilton gathers 35 out, feigned outside, then went inside, put it on the boot, had a shot on goal, missed it away to the left-hand side. And a minor score. Roos waste no time in bringing it back in. They go up the line, and that kick too hot for Delaney to handle. We'll have a throw in. A little bit haphazard leaving their defensive 50 this afternoon, Maroochydore.
Yeah, maybe it's just that because their forward pressure has been pretty good, RVP, so again, maybe just that perceived pressure there.
Malone and Jones. Malone again. Inside forward 50. Plenty of Sharks working in there. High kick on goal. That was Shepherd. And it's missed by a fair margin.
Bromwich a little bit slow to get him off his feet from that kick. He's all right now.
Kick out to the back flank. Standing under it was Castine. He gets over the back. Racing away with it was Riley O'Keefe, but he's run too far. And young Harry Taylor gets into him. Now a basic error. Riley O'Keefe, he just sauntered away, forgot he had to bounce it. The one in front of our broadcast location, Harry Taylor, a good couple of minutes for him. Kicked a great goal just before. His kick up towards half forward, free kick. And it'll go the way of Maroochydore for a hold in the marking contest. Taking it is Zach Stone. As Thomas Short opts not to use him. As O'Keefe long down the line. Jones as well. Jones had to go up against three. Made a contest. Sharking the pack. Ronke, and he was tackled straight away. Jones and Malone. Shark side of halfway. One forward. Stone ran at the footy, put his head over it. Miller came the other way. Good contest. Another ball up, 55 out. Ground level. Ripped off it was Bromwich. Thomas bursting through, slung around in the tackle. Got a handball back to Hart. Hart, high kick down the line. Oh, great take by Aaron Wilson. 70 from home, took it over the top of Procost and now sells some candy, gets onto that right foot, pops it into the pocket. Beautiful kick to the advantage side of Young. And Young was marked 25 metres out, tightish angle.
Great work by Wilson, still one of the premier forwards in the competition. Nice strong contested mark. Moves around and uses the ball quickly and finds his good synergy, finds his teammate in Kobe Young.
Kobe Young kicking his second on the afternoon, had a couple of shots at goal. On the approach now, Young, we're right behind him. And well, he hit it off the side of the boot, over the right-hand side, and it just couldn't work its way back. So another let off for the Sharks. Martin's 21 points, 58 plus 37, deep into the second quarter. Joyce on the kicking duties. Joyce at long, alone, 3 deep in the pack. Here's Green, getting tackled by a couple of Roos. Ball up. O'Dwyer. Ball up.
Like I see Marone up close. Look at that.
It's so good at protecting space. Aston couldn't keep the ball in. With Easton hot on his tail. The ball in right in front of our commentary position here. Totally Workwear Park. Running in the house this afternoon. Must be Ladies' Day at Redland-Victoria Point. Ball comes back in. Malone, don't think you've got a hand on it. O'Dwyer out the back, kick towards half forward. A charging Wilson, got it on the bounce, wheels around to the top of the square. Cumberland goes at it, and then Jones came across, could have been paid the mark, wasn't. Kobe Young at ground level, and then Cumberland was taken high. Still no free kick, and we'll have a ball up 5 metres out.
Jones done all the right stuff. He got to the right fall of the ball, just couldn't quite hold the mark. Good effort by Jones.
And Young sharking the tap. Well, Malone on the tap, put it straight down the throat of Young, and Young kicks his second from point blank range. A breakdown in communication on the goal line. I think Malone just wanted to thump that one through. Young was alert to it and pinches a goal. Margin's 15 points.
Well, great opportunist goal there by Young. That's good work by the Roos. We've seen plenty of goals this term. We close the margin.
Up over 30 minutes. Can't be too long until the siren sounds. Redland-Victoria point 58, Maroochydore 43. Shadows of half-time. It's been a pulsating first half. Malone and Easton. Easton there. Miller traps it now. Got it on his boot. Kicked it straight down the throat of the kangaroo there. It was Simpson. Simpson's kick towards half forward. Wilson outbodies Prokos again. 55 from home. Heaves it on the boot, deep into the pocket. 2-on-2 contest there. Can they find a crummer? Simpson ran in, put his body on the line. That was a good contest. Simpson still working away in there. Eventually releases it. Socket off the ground by Thomas. Overrunning it is Lachlan O'Keefe. Still at the top of the goal square. Chapman got back for the Sharks. Got it into the back pocket to Patterson. Patterson relieving kick to a leading Clay Cameron. A long way from his natural habitat. Deep in the back pocket. Siren can't be far away. We've played 32 minutes, second quarter. Cameron, dump kick down the line. Might be coming back. Simpson couldn't complete the mark. O'Dwyer wrapped up as soon as he got it. And the ball up. Through side of halfway, out of side of Totally Workwear Park.
Well, Chapman cool under a crisis, deep in defence, playing his 50th game today, just fed that ball out, and the Sharks out of danger once again.
Working it up the line. Dwyer came in. One-on-one with Aston. Another ball up. Dead centre of the outer wing. Malone, another hit out. I need to get some stats at half-time because he has just dominated. Siren sounds. And at half-time, the Sharks at home lead by 15 points. On TPIL Lawyers QAFL match of the day. We'll head to the half-time break and be back with all the second half action in a few minutes' time. Thank you for joining us on TPIL Lawyers match of the day. We'll be back in a moment.
You need a strong team. At TPIL Lawyers, we rise above the pack. when it comes to your total and permanent disability and compensation claims? Choose TPIL, the personal injury lawyers. TPIL Lawyers, proud partner of the AFL Queensland.
AFL 9s, it's footy for
Best mates looking to be teammates.
cardio fiends after a bit of competition.
Legends of the game. Looking at making a comeback.
It's footy for when your week's pretty cooked. Or for fitting it in between classes.
It's footy!
It's footy.
It's footy.
It's footy for me.
Okay, let's give them 60 minutes of skills, fitness and fun. And let's not forget about connection. We're talking safe, inclusive and modified rules, perfect for newcomers. Okay, super kick on 3.
1, 2, 3, super kick!
Super fun, super safe, super inclusive. Super kick. Tailor-made for 7 to 12-year-olds.
Football club is very, very important in this community. Without it, there's not much else to do in such a small town.
I do believe that there's so much more to sport than just winning.
If my story says anything, it's that you don't need the experience, having the passion and having the want to see the young girls excel.
It's also, to me, a chance to give back to the community.
To find your more, visit play.afl/more to footy.
It's not just an Australian sport. There's a lot of countries that come over and create a home here that can also join in and play the sport to the fullest potential.
All the advice that you get given, it's really inspiring.
Being part of a football team is more than just a game. It's like a family.
To find your more, visit play.afl/more to footy.
Welcome back to Totally Workwear Park for the second half of TPIL Lawyers QAFL match of the day between the Redland-Victoria Point Sharks and the Maroochydore Kangaroos. At halftime, it's the Sharks holding a 15-point lead. My name's Jack Fulham. Alongside me on the gantry this afternoon, Jack Barry. Jack, what did you make of that first half and who impressed you?
Well, a great first half by both teams. Maroochydore bounced back that quarter, but it has been Redlands pretty much had the ascendancy all day. For the Redlands, I really like Malone's work. Aston and Miller, they've worked really well in the midfield. Cameron was been dynamic along with up forward, along with Williams down defence. His intercept marking has been outstanding. And I like the game of Taylor and also Horsfield today. Have impressed at different times. For Maroochydore, it's Thomas and Hahn really come into the game in that second term. And then Delaney in defence has been quite good. Wilson's been dynamic up forward. He's a player to watch. And also Cumberland had his moments as well. So they're going to need a lot more out of him in the next term. And plenty of other games going on around the QAFL. Round 10 of the action. So this is where the wheat starts to be sorted from the chaff. And you got some halftime scores for us, Jack? We've got Noosa up 76, leading Broadbeach 60. We've got Wilston Grange 45, trailing Sherwood 77. Labrador 66, leading Aspley 45. In the top of the table clash between Palm Beach and Morningside, it's Palm Beach 47, 4 points up on Morningside 43. And of course, the last game is Surfers Paradise versus Cooperoo. Cooperoo 37, but Surfers leading 57, up by 20 points. It's a good effort from Cooperoo, who have struggled in season 2026 going up against top of the table Surfers Paradise. And we were talking about this off air, but you know what, we'll bring it on air. At this point in the season, who's your premiership favourite in the TPIL Lawyers QAFL? Well, it's the three big juggernauts at the top. We've got Surfers Paradise and doing really well this year, along with Palm Beach. They seem to be the head of the table. Those two clubs looking very, very strong down from the Gold Coast. Up here in Brisbane is Redland-Victoria Point and also Morningside looking really, really strong. So they're the clubs that have sort of caught my eye early on for this year so far. What about yourself? You've caught a lot of games this year. Any other ones pop to mind? I would have Surfers as my outright premiership favourites, but you think like any of this sort of top five, Redland, Victoria Point, Maroochydore, Surfers, Palm Beach, can all win it as the action gets underway. Third quarter at Totally Workwear Park. Here's Easton picking it up in the middle of the ground. Oh, put it on the right foot, kicked it up the chimney. That was a shocker. Attacking it, there was Moore at half back. Pell knocked Moore off the footy, then kicked it inside forward 50, and it ricochets off the shin of O'Dwyer. And, well, the Redland-Victoria Point player is calling for insufficient intent. I think umpire gives him the benefit of the doubt. We'll have a throw in 45 metres out. Lucky to get away with that one? They were, yes. Important stoppage here. So Malone, Easton came over the top. Housefield there. And another ball up to be had. He just looks ready, doesn't he, Housefield? He looks like he's ready to pounce. His turn of speed's been fantastic. Another great tap by Malone. We've got a free kick. And the free kick will go the way of Easton. So I think Easton got a hand in the face from Malone in that run contest. Yeah, I think he was trying to keep him out with one hand and just got him a little bit too high as he tapped it out with the other. As he said, it's been a delight to watch his ruck craft today. Just got it a little bit wrong then. Easton inside his defensive 50. Kicks towards Jones. Williams, great body work, pushed Jones under the footy and took the intercept mark. Adrian Williams, fullback in the QAFL Team of the Year last year. Cameron getting up high. No mark taken. Easton close to the boundary line. Had Shelton there for support. And coming across to bundle them both out. It's Patterson and a ball in. So Sharks into attack. We've played 2 minutes in this third quarter. They lead by 15 points. Both sides in finals contention. Malone took it out of the ruck. Quick kick forward, and Cameron bobs up, takes the mark in front of Moore. Well, the kick out of congestion, and Cameron in the right spot. Well, that man, Scotty Miller again, the veteran, just read it, and he does it so well. They've played a lot of footy with Malone, read the cue really well. Quick kick forward, And again, Cameron, who's had an outstanding game today, lining up for a goal.
Shooting for goal number 3, Clay Cameron. This will be a season high for him. Kick from 35 metres out, 45-degree angle. On the approach now. And another delightful kick off the boot. Clay Cameron has 3 goals and the margin is back out to 21 points. 3 minutes play, third quarter. TPIL Lawyers, match of the day.
Well, his season is building nicely. You said it was a season high 3 goals. He's had 6 leading into this game. We spoke about it earlier, 2019 best and fairest. He's been such a great player since returning from South Australia to here, to Redlands, and he's been outstanding today.
And we've seen him put in a lot of hard work. Deep in that second quarter, he was ranging a long way up the ground to give his players an outlet kick. He does work hard, and it's nice to see him hit the scoreboard.
Yeah, genuine match winner.
Malone wins another tap out. Aston left it behind. Now goes back in and gets it. Swept a handball forward. Knocked on by Simpson. Kick out of danger by the Roos. Ball lands in the centre square. Now the kick up towards half forward. Pabs leads the race for the ball. Turned his opponent inside out, then just soccers it off the ground. Big Malone getting back there in defence. Tackled by Wilson. Malone got rid of the ball. Cumberland was dragged off it. Said he was held without it. No free kick forthcoming and a ball up 45 metres out.
Yeah, Big Malone worked hard in defence to try and get to that ball. He got there in the end. Good effort.
Ball back into play. Jones put it on the boot to the top of the goal square. Young had it thumped away. Coming across was Simpson. Tapped it into the path of O'Keefe, who was slung around in the tackle. Heavy tackle. And another ball up. Maroochydore into attack. Hasn't been the scoring end in this game, the left of your screen. And a repeat stoppage. Jones won it down. Thomas had a good first half. And Castine unable to keep it in.
Again, Aston, the skipper, he's also been influential today. Does a lot of the bullocking work. Wins the footy, gets it onto the outside. Working hard today, having a close attention there by Ronich.
Jones front position. Malone won the hit out. Oh, kicking it over his head was Bromwich. It was impressive work on the ground, just almost bicycle kicking it out of danger. The ball up. Oh, Malone thumped it straight into the head of his teammate there. It was Bromwich again, and Bromwich has worn a falcon. All smiles there between the two. It's good work by Bromwich because that ball was coming fast.
Yeah. Get ready for the World Cup.
Malone again. Housefield trapped it. Handball back to Pell. Pell beats a tackle. That was good work. High ball in the Hamilman direction. One-on-one contest. Doing well to punch it away. And now the kick out of danger from Callahan. The shot on goal. Missed it away to the right-hand side. Another minor score. The margin's 22 points. I feel like if Redland get the next one, it'll make it tough. Beautiful kick up the middle. Hit Bailey Hahn in stride. Hahn, long ball inside forward 50. Young got out the back of Wilson. Then was slung around in the tackle, and the cover defence comes across for Redland-Victoria point. Coming out with it now is Taylor. Taylor kick up the line to Callahan. They've got numbers out here. Screaming for it up the line here is Shepherd. Doesn't go to him. Called to move it on now. Callahan, long ball down the line. Shepherd went with the one hand. Housefield, great pick-up, and then the blind spin and handball forward. Gasso ripped off it by O'Dwyer out across the line.
Yeah, good work there by young Harry Taylor. Just worked really hard, running both ways to help out in defence there to get the ball back going towards RVP's way. That's what's required of a wingman. You're running more Ks sometimes than possessions.
Ball in. Sharks on the edge of their 50. Bromwich did well, so slung around in the tackle. Bromwich put boot on ball, kicked it out on the full. 22-point margin, almost at 8 minutes played. Third quarter, Maroochydore, they go up the middle. It was a good kick, marked by Lockie O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer looks wide, 2-on-2 contest on the wing. Cumberland, well, he was claiming the mark. Actually, it wasn't Cumberland, it was Pabst. Pabst gave a handball to the man running past, who was mown down straight away. Well, sold his teammate down the river there. It was Lockie O'Dwyer who was mown down. Now the kick forward by Patterson. Inside forward 50. Good thump of the football there by Riley O'Keefe. Ruse out of danger. Kick towards centre wing, and that is a good mark taken there by Hugo Pabst. Bobbed up a couple of times in the last minute. Pabst, centre wing, outer side. Called to move it on. Drives it along inside forward 50. Cumberland took a fly at it. And now at ground level, the shot on goal from Simpson has gone through.
Yeah, a good goal by Simpson. Quick hands there by Cumberland out of the pack. They get one after sort of turning it over. They won the ball back. A nice contested mark on the wing. They got a ball back inside forward 50. They made something happen and they swooped on it. They get their 7th for the day.
Maroochydore, margin back to 16 points. Redlands 10-5, 65. Maroochydore 7-7, 49. 9.25 minutes played. Third quarter, TPIL Lawyers match of the day. They've just done really well to keep it within that, between 25 and sort of 10 points. Maroochydore. They've never let. There are times where Redland-Victoria point you think they're going to kick away and get 7 or 8 goals up, but every time Redlands have threatened, the Roos have pulled them back. It's been a good match.
They want this next one as well if they can.
Malone wins the hit out. Aston with Hahn hot on his hammer. Thomas took it off and then kicked forward to half forward. It was called touched off the boot. Ball up just inside the centre square. Malone and Easton. Thomas wins another clearance. High ball inside forward 50. Setting himself under it was Williams. Was pushed forward by Young. Push in the back. So Williams got himself in good position that time and rode the contact from Young. Got the free kick. Goes into the back pocket. Kick found Pope. Pope runs his full measure and then chips it up the middle. Risky kick and it's intercepted. Good mark taken by McIver. McIver has men inside forward 50. Drives it along. Top of the goal square. Williams again. He is having some game, Adrian Williams. Risky kick into the pocket, but Patterson took the mark and then took off. Takes a bounce down the outer side. Man out, Hamilton running back with the flight of it. Good mark. Looking inboard, Hamilton. The runner's coming on here. He's got Bromwich at centre half forward. Opts to go straighter down the line. Cameron was outmarked 2-on-2. And Riley O'Keefe takes the intercept. So O'Keefe bombs it long. Contest on centre wing. Jessen got front position. Couldn't take the mark. Hahn was working in there. Easton put his body on the line, trapped it. Got a handball back to Delaney, who kicked it up the chimney close to the boundary line. It comes off hands. They're going to go forward through Castine. Kick towards half forward. Leading the race for it there was Chapman with Cumberland hot on his hammer. Chapman composed, did well. 1-2 with Pope, and then back to Pope from Chapman, and then chipped up the line. Well worked. Patterson just outside his defensive 50. Didn't complete the mark, but good enough to get it back in board to Bromwich. Bromwich, beautiful kick into the middle of the ground. Found Cameron. Cameron to a flying Aston. High ball inside 50. Hamilton running at it. Has O'Keefe for company. He'll get a free kick. Was being held.
It's been a fantastic matchup. There wasn't much in it, but now I saw something.
Hamilton has been hardly sighted since the first quarter, where he kicked a couple of miraculous goals. This for his third. He'll make the distance no problem. 45-degree angle. We're right behind him as he sets sail for home. Matt Hamilton crosses the arc of 50, strikes it. It's close to that right-hand post. and drifting across the breeze, not able to bring it back. So another minor score. Redlands 10-7-67, Maroochydore 7-7-49, 18-point margin.
Well, quick play of the ball has been great. They've been man on the wing already, so this can set them up if they can win this contested possession.
Here's Castine. High ball between wing and half forward, and it's gone out of bounds.
The Roos can just get the next one to really bring him, give himself a bit of belief against this team that's been to 3 grand finals, 3 QAFL grand finals, the reigning premiers.
And they'll be there or thereabouts at the business end of this season, you'd think. Strong contact there on Taylor. Was hit hard, but he rode the contact, the young man. Ball up just inside the Roos, forward 50. Big pack of players around the footy. Jessen doing the ruck work. Miller tackled by Ronke. Another ball up. Bit of a lull. Ronke bursting through the stoppage. Beat a couple of tackles, Ronke. Still going on his right boot to the top of the square. Wilson got hands on it. Buttering up at ground level. Still can't force it through. Williams handballed it away. Wilson, great third effort. And runs down Bromwich holding the ball.
Oh, well done, Aaron Wilson.
How about the work rate on Aaron Wilson?
Fantastic work. Good work by Ronchi to be able to explode from stoppage like he did. Got it into the mouth of the goal square. Ball spills out, and to his work ethic, gets a free kick back.
Aaron Wilson for goal number 3. He flew for it in the square. He tried to kick it off the ground for a goal and then ran 20 metres to lay a tackle. Goes with the drop punt. Has it on line. It fades late. Through for a minor score.
Coach Walsh, he would like that aggression on attack. That's what he wants to see from his forwards.
Well, Aaron Wilson, he is full throttle in everything he does. 66 plays 50. 15 minutes gone. Good ball out of defence. Pell on his defensive 50. Goes long down the line, finding some space out was Shepherd. Took the mark right in front of our commentary gantry. Looking inboard, looking for Gasso. Good kick. Gasso, good hands. Wheels around now. Has a man out on the flank. It's Jessen, 55 from home, close to the boundary line. Hamilman hasn't made his lead yet. Maroochydore players coming in to fill the space in front of Hamilman. They've done well. So Jessen called to move it on. He just pops it into the pocket. It's a 4-on-1 contest. And Moore takes the mark. Poor kick in the end.
Yeah, had to move that ball a bit quicker. They just had no chance to get numbers back behind the footy. Hard to find a spot there.
Into the back pocket. Delaney goes up the middle. Now Stone called to move it on. Good contest on the wing. Easton has it. Sweeps a handball forward. Pabst has found some space out on that broadcast wing or the outside wing. And good kick to a leading Wilson. Geez, he just charges up on those leads, doesn't he, Aaron Wilson?
He is. He's one of our premier forwards this year. He's in his unbelievable form.
Long ball inside forward 50. Young from 3 deep, almost took the mark. Sharks have it close to the boundary line. Williams around the body to just outside 50. O'Dwyer gathered it, got it to Stone, to the top of the square. Went over the head of Castine. Tracking it there on hands and knees. And I think he'll be done for holding the ball. No. I'll have a ball up inside forward 50.
The Roos are lifting.
Great contest there by Pabst.
They're making their move.
So Malone and Easton. Malone won the hit out again. Stones over the footy. Cumberland there too. Great tackle. The tackling pressure has gone up a notch in this third quarter.
Yep, you can just, it's a good call, Jack. Everything's just lifted that a little bit more. Feel like the game's on the line.
Easton won the hit out. Chapman, and now close to the boundary line. It's planted across the line, almost like a try. Who was that? That was Cooper Pell. Just reached out with the ball across the line. He might have to go upstairs to check the grounding. Malone wins the hit out. Hit it straight down the throat of MacGyver. MacGyver handballed it forward, put his man right under the pump, and another ball up, no prior opportunity.
Coach Moore will be really happy with the pressure that the defence has put on their forwards for RVP. They're right on the ball.
16 points the margin, almost a time on, third quarter. Miller, great look away handball to Chapman, high down the line. Oh, great mark taken by Shelton.
Yeah.
Beat Housefield in a one-on-one contest.
Yeah, held front spot.
Shelton's kick inside forward 50. Young out the back, plays on, didn't have to. Ball is working its way around close to the point post, and Williams fumbles it out of bounds. We'll have a throw in, 10 metres out from the Roos goal.
He looks exciting. You can see why he kicked his 26 goals or whatever this year. Again, just purchased that from a long way out.
So ball deep in the Maroochydore forward line. Easton and Malone again. And another stoppage.
If the Roos can just get a bit of reward for effort here, they're really searching for this next goal just to close that margin.
So every player on the ground is in the Maroochydore half of the ground. And the ball has gone through for a minor score. 7-9-51, Redland 10-6-66, 15 points the margin. Just struggled to get within a couple of goals all afternoon. While Williams, handball, set a task for Pope. Jones picked it up, the big fella, got it to Thomas. Thomas shot on goal. It's away to the right, marked on the goal line, no, but put through by Pabst. Maroochydore cut the margin to 9 points.
Wow, great work there by the big fella. Just brought it in inside forward 50. Perhaps gets it just reward for effort. They have been searching hard for that goal. It was going to come at some stage. The dam was going to break. They've got the goal. They've narrowed that margin right down now. So the ball's in their court. The momentum is slightly swung towards Maroochydore. They've had to work hard for that goal, but they've got it in the end.
Well, it's been a real arm wrestle in this third quarter. A lot of players around the footy. A lot of tired bodies out there.
Jones's ability to pick that ball up off his feet was fantastic for the big fella.
So Easton into the ruck. Malone took it out of the ruck again. He's done that 4 or 5 times. Housefield swept a handball forward to Aston. Aston runs onto it. Runs to 35. Shot on goal. The instant reply. No. Wow. That was dynamic out of the middle.
Yeah, he exploded out there, the skipper. I thought he was going to nail the goal on the run to break the spirits, but he didn't. So a reprieve.
The margin is 10 points. Here's Dayton. High ball, Wilson, one-on-one with Prokost, couldn't take the mark. Housefield, step back in board, chipped it up, and that's a good mark taken inside forward 50. Clay Cameron again. Well, Hamilman being well held, Clay Cameron said, I might have a day.
Again, Housefield, which, we've sung his praise. You don't need 30 possessions sometimes to be really effective. He's hit the scoreboard with 3 goals. Some of his work today has been outstanding. He's set goals up, goal assists. That was a beautiful kick there to the in-form Clay Cameron.
Clay Cameron shooting at goal number 4 on the afternoon. And the way he's been kicking them, there should be no worries. Oh, that is another beautiful kick at goal, Clay Cameron. 4 goals. Margin back out to 16 points. 22 minutes played, third quarter.
Well, top sides respond well, and they just did it, didn't they, RVP? The dominant out of the centre. The centre break didn't work out that well, but they got that ball back inside 50. Horsfield didn't panic under pressure, just stepped inside, lowered his eyes, waited the kick, and hit Clay Cameron on the lead. And again, Cameron doesn't miss with a beautiful shot on goal. Never looked like missing. 73 plays 57 third term.
Well, that'll sap the spirit of Maroochydore, who have just thrown everything at Redland-Victoria Point to try and get back into this match. Margin still only 16 points, but that feels like a big goal in the context of this match. Jones took it out of the ruck, gave a handball off to Thomas, who was tackled straight away. Another ball up. Malone hit it straight down the throat of Thomas for Maroochydore. Kicks a high ball just inside forward 50. Cumberland under it. Young taking it off hands. Young shot on goal. Young's kicked a goal. Instant response by the Roos. Margin back to 10 points.
Well, is that his third today, Jack?
It's his third.
That's his third. He's looked the most likely. Him and Wilson have been dynamic today, haven't they? And just this quarter, he's really upped his ante. We saw him have a big shot on goal before from a long way out, just a snap over his shoulder. Played on quickly, but then again, he looks like they're dynamic. That's a great comeback there by the Roos.
And he's so agile once he hits the deck as well. Like, he flies for it, but he always seems to, he never goes to ground in the contest.
Yep.
Always seems to bob straight up to his feet.
He's dangerous.
Jones back in the middle. Malone, as he's done all day, wins the tap. Aston taken high. Aston will get the free kick and win the clearance. For Redland-Victoria Point, kick towards half forward, just out of the outstretched arms of Shepherd. Gasso laid a good tackle there on Dayton. Ball still in motion, and now we have a stalemate. Just inside forward 50. Malone tried to take it out of the ruck. Here's Stone, got boot on ball. High, 2-on-1 contest, out of side. Great mark taken there by Chapman. Had his moments today, Chapman. Wheels around to 30 metres out. Oh, great mark. That's his second for the quarter, Zach Shelton. Stood up when his team have needed him. He looks wide. Got a couple men out there. Oh! Well, that was O'Dwyer, who had the back of his legs collected. Okay to play on. Sweeps a handball up the line. Pell managed to get rid of it. Here's Easton putting it on the boot. Will be intercept marked by Hunkin. Haven't called him much this afternoon, Harrison Hunkin. Little kick short, was intercepted by O'Dwyer. Run down tackle on Hahn. Ball goes out of bounds.
That's been good work ethic over there by Maroochydore. They've really worked hard, supported each other. Just got to try and win this next clearance. Get it down to the dangerous Wilson and Young.
10 points the margin. Thomas gathers it. Handball back inside to Lockie O'Dwyer, close to the boundary line. He went out of bounds before he got boot on ball. Another throw in. Middle of the outer side of Totally Workwear Park. As the sun starts to dip below the grandstands here on a beautiful afternoon for footy, Queensland Day. And we hope you are enjoying Queensland Day wherever you're celebrating. Plenty of Queensland sporting teams doing action this afternoon. The Q Clash down the coast. You got the Broncos and Titans in the NRL this afternoon. A full slate of QAFL games. It's all happening. Malone out of the ruck. Kick towards half forward. Shepherd couldn't mark. So is in there. Strong tackle laid by Shelton. Another ball up. We've seen our fair share of stoppages in this third quarter. Has become a real arm wrestle. MacGyver, good hands through traffic to Gay Brown, who put it on the boot. Wilson again, great gather. Handballed it forward. Plenty of Sharks jumpers there. Oh, Cumberland took it off a couple of Sharks. And then Wilson still in there. Cumberland put his head over it. Wilson kept following up. He's throwing himself in there like a human battering ram. Eventually the Sharks come up with it. Kick went over the head of Malone. Gathered. Swept a handball out to Callahan on the point of the square at half forward. Kicks it off the instep to the top of the square. Hamilman tracking back there. The Roos have done well. O'Keefe has it. Bombs it out of danger. Good contest there, but it's coming back. Mark taken by Rigby. Rigby's kick into the pocket. Hamilman finally has one. Been a fair while since his last mark, but Matt Hamilman has marked 45 out, 45-degree angle out of sight of Totally Workwear Park.
Well, Keith did so well to clear that ball out of the defensive 50, but as you called, Jack, it comes straight back in, and who was the dangerous man leading? It was his opponent.
And Matt Hamilman kicked 2 in the first quarter, none since. This would be a big moment for him to step up. Strikes it. He liked that the moment it hit his boot. Matt Hamilman has 3. Margin back out to 16 points with 28 minutes gone, third quarter.
Yeah, great goal, Hamilman. Closing in on 500 QAFL goals. Obviously, he's kicked over 700 goals in the All-State League competitions, including winning the VFL leading goal kicker in his time at the NEFL and the VFL. But certainly closing in on 500 goals, another 3 today.
Well, this third quarter is seesawed back and forth. They've gone goal for goal, and the margin is 16 points. Malone and Easton. Easton did really well. Wins the clearance. Gets boot on ball. Chapman couldn't mark. Going inside was Castine. Castine kicked to the top of the square. Jones down there on the last line of defence was Jessen. Hunkin came across. Jones picked his pocket. Got it back to the man there in Pabst. And Pabst has kicked his second of the quarter.
Oh, well done, Big Will Jones. He's had his moments today. He's got to some really good spots. I'm really going to watch this young bloke. Hopefully he's going to mature in time and going to become a really good state league ruckman and forward. He's done some really clever things today, but again, right on the right spot, front and centre, fed the ball out and a goal. They get one straight back. This is a good game, Jack.
The margin's 10 points again. It was 15 at half time, and it's just gone back and forth, back and forth. We're almost at 30 minutes. Can't be too long before the three-quarter time siren. And we are really set up for a grandstand finish this afternoon at Totally Workwear Park. Malone wins it down. Miller over Rennett. Still working in there, Scotty Miller. Now laying a tackle on McIver.
Everyone wants to test themselves against the reigning premiers. They've come to play today, Maroochydore.
Malone high up and under ball, leading the race for it, but getting an awful bounce was Gabe Brown. Miller kept the ball in. No, he doesn't. So throw in. Broadcast side of the ground. Around 65 from home for the Sharks. They lead 79 to 69. Malone thumps it forward again. Shepherd ran over his opponent there. Managed to release the ball. Miller socketed inside forward 50. Here's Bromwich lurking. Miller still working in there. Ball's outside 50 now. Miller, clean hands, got it back to Shepherd. Shepherd hooks it to the top of the goal square. Hamilman again!
Well, you can put that one down to Scotty Miller. His work ethic, you called it, Jack. Just his work in and around that contest was outstanding. He kicked it up high. And a great mark there by the champ in Hamilman.
So Matt Hamilman, after 2 early goals, was well held back end of the first. Hardly sided in the second, but he has come to the fore late in the third quarter. This to kick his 4th goal of the afternoon. Matt Hamilman, 20 metres out, got it! Matt Hamilman has 4 goals. The margin back out to 16 points. 32 minutes gone.
Well, his ability to stand up strong in the contest. He just uses his hips and body well. So he has the drop of the ball filling towards the left of his body, and he takes a nice chest mark. And because he's such an accurate kick, he's 4th for the afternoon. And as like all champion sides do, they can always seem to answer back. 32-minute mark of the third term, Jack.
We highlighted it before, but Scotty Miller's effort there. 3, 4 goes at the footy. And when they get quick ball to Hamilman, he reads it so well off the boot. Malone again. Thomas trying to extract it. Another stoppage. Almost at 33 minutes. That is a big goal on the eve of three-quarter time. Stone had his kick smothered. 1-2 with Moore. Stone kicks towards half forward. Siren has sounded, and at three-quarter time, the home team, Redland-Victoria Point, take a 16-point margin into the last quarter. TPIL Lawyers QAFL game of the day. We'll take a quick break and be back with all the last quarter action. Stay tuned.
More, visit play.afl/more to footy.
Welcome back to Totally Workwear Park. Three-quarter time on TPIL Lawyers QAFL match of the day. And the home side, Redland-Victoria, point lead by 16 points. We are set for a grandstand finish. And what a way to close out Queensland Day. I'm Jack Fulham, Jack Barry alongside me on the gantry. That was a tight, tough, hotly contested third quarter, Jack. And who caught your eye? Who were some of the people that stood out in that third quarter?
Well, for RVP, Malone's been outstanding and dominating in the ruck today. Aston was really good that quarter, along with Clay Cameron up forward. Kicked his goals. Williams in defence has just controlled the aerial work in defence. He's been great today, taking strong marks. And also Miller has had a great battle with Thomas, for Maroochydore, who's had an outstanding game. Young was really lively that quarter. Looks like a match winner. Wilson, as we said, has been fantastic. And also Paps had his moments as well. So it's right on the line this quarter. They worked really, really hard to get those goals. But again, the class of RVP, in particular, Hamleman kicked 2 big goals that term. And that puts them 85, leading 69.
What have you made of the game of Noah Cumberland, ex-AFL player at the Tigers, second game in the QAFL this year? Kicked 3 goals last week. He was prominent early and then went off the boil in that in that third quarter.
Yeah, he's such a prominent player, and he's always going to have eyes drawn to him. And whenever you come out of the AFL, the expectations are through the roof. But he's been out for a few years now, but hopefully they can get him in this last quarter to lift for them.
Let's get this last quarter underway. Easton and Malone. Easton won the hit out. Miller sharked it, socketed forward. Cameron tapped it on. That was clever. Gasso gathered. Chip inside forward 50. Went for the leading Hamleman. Overshot him. Good work to get back there by Maroochydore. But the handball ends up in the path. And here's Hambleton close to the boundary line. Forced to screw back to the top of the goal square. Knocked away from Cameron. Hamleman could have taken his man high. Cameron going in there again. Hambleton still there. Close to the boundary line was Ronke. And now it's out across the line. They dodge a bullet early in the quarter.
Yeah, good forward pressure there by RVP. They want to try and get a couple of early goals to make the mountain a lot steeper to climb for the Roos.
Ball back in. Shepherd trying to shark it. Easton there. Thomas burrowing away, trying to extract it. To no avail. Sharks into attack. Malone took it out of the ruck, got it on his boot. Kick went all of about 15 metres. Allowed to bounce there by Cameron. Aston got a handball back. Housfield, and on the goal line, Hamilton kicks it. First goal of the last quarter goes the way of the Sharks. Matt Hambleton, his first of the day. Redland have their 14th of the afternoon. Margin is 22 points.
Again, Tyler Horsfield's is the goal assist again. Just reads it really well. Handballs will play in a better position than him. He kicks the goal, the first goal. They wanted that first one. They wanted to start well in this last term to try and give Maroochydore that uphill battle that they'll need. But Coach Walsh, he'll know that it's going to be a tough last quarter. He'll know they'll need to lift, and this will be a great test for them. So how they respond now is what he'll be looking for.
14-7-91, the Sharks. Maroochydore 10-9-69. Still plenty of time if the Roos are good enough. That goal to Hambleton will make it even tougher. Malone wins the hit out. Aston trying to work it free. Well done there by Simpson. Now the kick out towards the broadcast side. This will be a lasso rule free kick to go the way of the Sharks. Jet Green to take the free kick. Wants a play to lead at him. Maroochydore have done well to shut down all the options. Will be forced to dump it long. To the edge of 50. Big pack forms. Off hands. Aston gets the crumb. Sweeps it forward for Hambleton. Hambleton keeps it in. And now corralled. So he goes across the arc. And that is a beautiful kick. And standing under it and taking the mark is Pope.
Well, having a little bit of a purple patch at Hamilton. Again, didn't blaze away. He looked for the best option. He scoured the forward line. He found Pope out there by himself. And he drilled that ball across the face. It was a nice mark The line-up for goal number 15 for the afternoon.
So Alex Pope has been playing in the back pocket for most of the day, swung forward. This kick from 35 metres out, pretty much directly in front. Strikes it, it's fading away to the left-hand side, but it's held its line enough. Sharks have another one, and the margin has ballooned out to 28 points.
Well, just the start Coach Moore would have wanted. They pressed really hard in that third term, Maroochydore, but the Sharks have bounced out of the blocks in the final term in the championship round, and they've kicked the first two.
28 points the margin. We've played 4 minutes. It is a game-high margin. And remember, the Sharks shot out of the blocks in that first quarter before the Roos pegged them back. They've got the first two of the last quarter. Malone won the hit out again. Jones, handball to Hahn. Hahn's long ball inside forward 50. Cumberland, sticky hands, and then Bob straight to his feet. Kicked it inside forward 50, and the mark has been taken by Pabst, who will line up for his third, and the instant response.
Well, he's hurt himself, Cumberland, but that's the show of a class player. He takes a nice contested mark, turns around on one step, and nails the kick inside forward 50. He hobbles to the ground.
Hugo Pabst from 40 out. Now, that's not a great kick off the boot. Lucky to squeeze it in for a behind. 27 points the margin. Maroochydore 10-10. They trail Redlands 15-7, 97. Williams in the back pocket. He's had plenty of football this afternoon, Adrian Williams. Goes back across goal to Patterson, the young man who's had some nice moments. Patterson's kick to Rigby. Rigby up the line to Jessen. Content to go via the Cape. Jessen's kick intercepted by Stone, who bounced to his feet, then went inside forward 50. Young could have been pushed in the back there by Williams. No free kick. Williams gathered. Handball up the line to Jessen. Jessen still keeps it in. Handball with Housefield. They're away on the outer side here. Pope looks inboard towards centre wing. Kick over shot Gasso. Going the other way was Dayton. Dayton's kick towards half forward. Set a task for his man there. Bounced away from him. Getting back there was Green. Green gathered. Looks wide. Had a man out. It's Clay Cameron again. Cameron kick out towards half forward. Went looking for Callahan. The kick dropped short. Coming across was Dayton to take the mark. The heavily tanned Hunter Dayton. You can tell he loves the surf.
Yeah.
Have a look at him. So Maroochydore in the centre square. Simpson, poor kick, intercepted by Hambledon. Hambledon inside forward 50. Hamilton found some space. Can he keep it in? He taps it in board. O'Keefe did really well. Saw it across the line. Crisis averted for the Roos. Ball in 10 metres out from the Sharks' goal.
Well, he's been lively this quarter, Hamilton. He certainly had a hand in the first two goals of the term, and potentially nearly had one for the third.
Ball back into play. Plenty of players around it. Simpson trapped it. Handball back. He's Hahn. Forced to throw it on the boot. Easton under it. Had a couple of bites at it and then landed on top of the ball. And then was tackled by Patterson. Another ball up. Jones won the hit out. Malone putting his head over it. Socket forward. Easton trapped it and gave a handball away. That ended up on the deck. Kick inside forward 50 by Bromwich. It's a high ball. It'll land 25 out. Cameron couldn't mark. Cameron gathered at ground level. Just toe-poked it out to Aston. Aston forced to go back inboard to Cameron. Cameron snap on goal. Shut the gate. Margin out to 33 points. That might be a bridge too far for the Roos.
I think
Clay
so.
Cameron has 5.
I think so, Jack. It's a great call. 5 as a high half forward today is an outstanding game. He's certainly been one of the match winners. Malone has dominated in the ruck today, giving them first use where they've wanted to. But he has been the number one forward today. He's kicked 5, and he's mate Matt Hamilton sitting on 4 just below him. Outstanding game.
Well, Matt Hamilton, 4 goals. It's a season low for him, which just shows you how well you're going when you kick 4 and it's one of your worst games of the year.
Yeah, no, he's had a great matchup.
Thomas got it free to Hahn. Hahn drives the Roos into attack. Chapman running back with the flight of it. Wilson, good contest. And Prokos got over the shoulder. Advantage paid. Ronke, the shot from 50. Does it come back? It's bounced through, I think. Yes! Ronke's kicked the goal. The Sharks don't want to concede it on the goal line. The umpire has signalled that's a goal. All clear paid. We might have a conference between umpires, but the goal umpire's fairly certain that went through. Jessen was there on the line and it bounced over his head, but he was pretty much convinced that he kept it in.
Well, I missed the goal. I was watching Bromwich. He's hobbling off the ground. He went down behind play out of that centre square stoppage. He's hobbling off, so I missed the actual goal, but a good goal there on the Roos.
So Ronke kicks his first of the afternoon, and after I'd written them off, they've got an instant response, margin back to 27 points. We're almost at 10 minutes played last quarter. Jones back into the ruck. All the big guns in there. Thomas, Aston, Miller as well. O'Dwyer couldn't get the clearance. Housefield tackled. And a ball up. Still inside the centre circle. Jones and Malone. Tap forward. Ball pinballing around in there. Shelton's trying to extract it. Ball comes out for the Sharks. It's swept across to Pope. Pope puts the ball under the arm, takes off, kick inside forward 50. Hamilton got great position, but then couldn't complete the mark. Desperate defending in there from O'Keefe. Ball out of danger, but only as far as Hambleton. Hambleton is marked on the 50-metre arc, but he's given away a free kick. Free kick goes the way of Thomas. They need to move it quickly, the Roos. Here's Moore through the middle of the ground. Risky kick, but great mark taken there by Pabst. Pabst has a man on. They go inside forward 50. Great kick. And Cumberland back on the ground after hurting himself all of 5 minutes ago. Has taken the mark on the lead, but he looks proppy on that right knee. Will take the shot from 35.
Now that was great play by the Roos, owning the corridor, running through the middle of the ground, and a nice little hit-up lead to find Cumberland.
So Noah Cumberland has won this afternoon from 35 out, directly in front. Comes in, got it! Margin back to 21 points. The Roos are still boxing on.
It's a good call, Jack, and this is the sort of sides that Steve Walsh, the coach, puts together. They seem to be in a really good place, Maroochydore, this season. They picked up Cumberland late as before the June 30 deadline, which is great, and they're answering the call today. They're just not going to roll over and just get a big blowout. They're pushing it right to the nth degree.
Well, still plenty of time remaining, and they've kicked the last couple. The margin's 21 points, 16-7, 103 the Sharks. The Roos 12-10, 82. O'Dwyer in the middle, can't extract it. Another ball up. Scotty Miller wins the clearance. A torp inside forward 50 to 15 metres out. O'Keefe got back there. Kick out of danger. Hambleton, the first man to get there. Can he keep it in? He can't, but it'll be a lasso rule for a kick. So Hambleton to bring it in from 60. Little chip into the forward 50. Poor kick. Cut off by O'Dwyer. Roos have plenty of run here. O'Dwyer looks towards the outer side. Leading the race there is Gabe Brown. Can he keep it in? No. Another lasso rule free kick. So to take the free kick is Green out there on the outer side. He runs around. Now the delivery inside forward 50. Goes over the head of a couple. Stone working in there. Good tackle laid there by Shepherd. Ball up, 35 out. A lot of players around the footy. Taken out of the ruck. Easton shoveled a handball forward. Quick hands in there. Shelton gets the relieving kick. Wilson creating a contest there at half back. Came off his shin and out of bounds, and must have come off the leg of a Redlands player because it's a Roos-free kick. O'Dwyer in the middle. Good little chip over the top to his brother Lockie. Lockie O'Dwyer plays on now. Another torp inside forward 50. Patterson came off his hands. Pabs just pushed Patterson off it. Gathered, got it back to Ronke. Ronke gets on that left boot. Shot on goal. Ronke's kicked it. Margins back to 15 points. They've kicked 3 in a row, and they are coming with a charge to the Roos.
Oh, Ronke, great goal. That's his second for the term. He's lifted in the midfield. The Roos aren't done with yet. This has been very impressive. This is what we come to expect from Maroochydore this season.
Well, 7 minutes ago, they were down by over 5 goals. That is now under 3. 13-10-88. The Roos, they trail by 15 points. Redland Sharks, 16-7-103. Still plenty of time to go. Easton in the ruck. Working hard in there was Bromwich. Housefield did well to gather. Then had his pocket picked by Lockie O'Keefe. Another stoppage.
Good midfield pressure there by the Roos. Clearance is going to be important here.
Easton versus Jessen in the middle. So Maloney's off for a spell. And well deserved too, because he is, well, he's pretty much rucked the entire game. So they'll send Malone off for a little freshen up and then bring him back, I'd say, with 6 or 7 minutes to go. Big pack of players. Housefield has it, can't extract it. Another ball up. Next goal is crucial in this one. Easton wins the tap. McIver. Now Hahn gets the clearance. Kick towards half forward. O'Dwyer couldn't trap it. Well done there in traffic by Rigby. Ball comes the other way through Hahn. Gets it to the top of the goal square. Williams on the last line. The Sharks kept it in. Chapman did well. Goes into the pocket. Prokos dropped a mark he should have taken. Had enough time to recover. Thump it long down the line, but strong hands by Lockie O'Dwyer, who's marked just inside the chalk. Waste no time, O'Dwyer. Kick inside forward 50. Wilson bounced off his chest. He let up hard. Sharks have it now. Point of the square at halfback is Jessen. Try to beat a tackle. They wanted holding the ball. No avail. They now go inside forward 50. Getting out the back is Young. Young gathers. Kicks another one. Oh, wow. They are within 9 points. They've kicked 4 in a row. Kobe Young has his 4th of the afternoon. And the Sharks have slowed to a crawl in this last quarter. With 17 minutes gone, the margin's 9 points.
Well, the good part for Maroochydore is they've lifted, and the good thing is repeat entries inside forward 50. They want the game played in their forward half, and that's what they've been doing. That gives them shots on goal, and they're narrowing the gap.
As the sun completely gone behind the grandstands here at Totally Workwear Park, the shadows all the way across the ground. 9 points the margin. Well, few fingernails starting to be chewed in the Sharks camp. Jessen, big hit out, punched it forward. Miller kicked it out of the air. Inside 50, Miller still buttering up. Shot on goal from 40, goes to the top of the square. Hamilman! Well, O'Keefe is saying that he touched it. Umpire not convinced. Hamilman has the mark at the top of the square, 10 metres out.
Well, the cream rises to the top. Miller again, some of his clearances today have been outstanding. And of course, Hamilman, cometh the moment, cometh the man.
Matt Hamilman should be simply elementary for a man of his talent. Ambles in. Margin, he's back out to 15 points. Hamilman has his 5th of the afternoon. Ooh, much needed.
Well, these boys have played a lot of footy together. They just read it off each other so well. Miller, Williams, Hamilman, Cameron, Aston, they've all played a lot of footy together. They could just get themselves out of trouble. Maroochydore have been super brave.
It's incredible, isn't it? Every time Maroochydore have got within a couple of goals,
they've had an answer.
The Sharks have always got the next one.
And in comes Malone.
So Malone back from his spell and winning another tap. Here's Miller again. Handball over the top. Pope has room to work. Back to Miller on the point of the square. Miller, kick inside forward 50. It went over the head of Shepherd. Stone came and attacked it. Couldn't gather the ball. Handball forward. Hambleton lost his feet. Had to give it up off the deck. Thomas intercepted it. They get out of danger for now, the Roos. Good contest there. Shelton got up. MacIver was there, and the ball's gone out of play. In fact, it's gone out on the full. Took a late touch off the boot of Houseveld. So they come forward. Long kick down the line. Jones sat under it. Malone came over the top to fist it away. Thomas there. Close to the boundary line. He's young. Can he keep it in? He just got boot on ball. And he kicked it out on the full. In fact, the boundary umpire called it out of bounds before Young kicked the footy. So a throw in right in front of our commentary gantry. We're into time on now. 20 minutes expired, last quarter. The Sharks lead by 15 points. And we've got a man down behind play. It's Zach Stone.
That was that heavy, just tried to bulldoze his way like a diesel tractor through that pack and got cleaned up. He had to go and he went. Unfortunately, he's come off second best, but he's going to breathe it in and he's going to finish the game off.
He's struggling to get air in there, Zach Stone, but he'll carry on. Malone and Jones. Malone again. The two-handed tap. Ronke with Aston for company. Ronke taken in a good tackle by Aston. Ball up. $15 points the margin. Malone out of the ruck again to Aston. Gets the clearance. Only as far as Thomas. Miller worked him off it. Here's Shepherd. Handball to Cameron. Cameron gets the boot on ball inside forward 50. And that ball bounced definitely. Called to play on. Pope leading the race for it. Has Dayton for company. Could have been leg there. Coming over the top was Thomas. Had to be careful not to give away the high free kick. Another ball up just inside the 50-metre arc. Sharks into attack. Malone, beautiful tap down to Aston. Back to Green. Back to Chapman. Chapman wheels around on that trusty right boot. To the pocket. Hamilton! Well, he was slow to get going, but he has really come to the fore in this last quarter. For his 6th goal of the afternoon. And to balloon the margin back out to 21 points. Matt Hamilman will take close to his best. He's around 35 metres out. Tight angle on the approach now. The Social Club behind him. He gives it a nice ride. He likes it. No. Point. Well, Hamilman was convinced. The goal umpire wasn't. They're still in this one, Maroochydore. Moore to the back flank. Well done there by Simpson. Long ball up towards centre wing. Malone took 2 grabs at it. Took the mark. Chip in board. That's a poor kick. Went over the head of Chapman. Chapman has to be good. He was pushed off it there by Castine. Now the kick inside forward 50 by Wilson. Getting out there deep in the square. Young will get a free kick. Yeah, Young was being held and they walk in from point blank range. Advantage paid and it's a goal. Yep. The margin is back to 10 points.
Hugo Pass runs in and kicks the goal. The Roos bounce one straight back. Not over yet. Jeez.
Every time we think they are done, they just hit back Maroochydore. And every time we think they're back in it, Redland's hit back. It has just been an incredible seesawing game. What's going on?
Can't pick it. 10 points of difference. Can you believe it?
How many minutes left, do you reckon? We've played 23 and 3/4 minutes.
Well, they've kicked a few goals, I suppose, haven't they? So you think maybe another 4 or 5 minutes.
Still plenty of time for the Roos to snatch a result. Malone again, Thomas. Here's Hahn. Gathered it. Kick forward. Going back with the flight of it was Hunkin. Handball forward by Chapman. Twisting around there and doing well was Taylor. He's had some nice moments. Then the 1-2 with Aston. Taylor, kick up the line. Good kick, found Cameron. Well done, young Harry Taylor. Cameron wants a man to lead at him. He has Hambleton, who's marked 70 from home. Wasting no time. Hambleton right into the pocket. 1-on-1. Hamilman with O'Keefe. Whistle. Free kick, Hamilman. O'Keefe panicked, grabbed the jumper, and gave away the free kick. And Matt Hamilman, he had a chance to ice the game from that pocket a couple minutes ago. He gets a do-over.
Well, it's tough for defenders. Everyone's got their eyes on Hamilman, umpires especially. So any sort of hold or push or something like that, you're probably going to get caught.
So Hamilman deeper in the pocket, but closer to goal, runs around and misses it to the left-hand side. And the margin is still under 2 goals.
They need a quick play of the ball.
They get it. In the back pocket, it's Simpson. Simpson hoofs it long to centre wing. Wilson could have been pushed out of it. Dayton did well to get the hands free and then get a handball off. Jones was slung around in the tackle. We'll have a ball up. So Sharks side of halfway, outer side wing. Time ticking down. 25.5 minutes played. Thomas and Miller, haven't those two been good? Thomas won it, kicked it forward. Great hands there, and now they're on. Bailey Hahn running past. Hahn's long ball inside forward 50. Wilson, was he being held? Umpire said no. Chapman got there in front of Young, but has been corralled in the back pocket. Cumberland there to apply pressure. Jessen content to see it across. Ball in, 25 out from the Roos goal.
They need something special here in the pocket, this stoppage. They've got the players down there to do it.
They need 2 straight kicks, the Roos. Still enough time to do it, you think. Here's the throw in. Malone will win the tap again. That's a given. Free kick in there. It is going the Sharks' way.
Aston held.
So Campbell Aston, limited options. Has to work this one down the line. Big pack of players. Coming across with the fist was Delaney. Sharks have it at ground level. Lasso rule free kick, though, will be given up, and Hunter Moore to take the free kick. Well, the field umpire called it a lasso rule, and the boundary umpire said throw in. Bit of a mix-up, but it works the way of the Sharks. Throw in, centre wing. Outer side of Totally Workwear Park. What an absorbing last quarter this one's been. Malone just pushed his opponent out of the way and then tried to handball it forward. Easton, high kick inside the centre square. Risky stuff. Working in there was Gai Brown, who will get a free kick. And that could be 50. No. So Gai Brown gets the ball delivered back to him now. The kick inside forward 50. Williams went through his hands. Cumberland lurking, can't gather cleanly. Fed through. Wilson on hands and knees. Here's Castine. Screwing it around to the top of the square. Free kick, Young. Young was being held. And from deep in the pocket, Kobe Young to cut the margin to 5 points. Wastes no time. Kicks the goal.
Grandstand finish, Jack.
Well, hold on to your hats, folks. 5 points with a couple of minutes to go. Maroochydore have looked down and out a couple times, but they keep on surging. Kobe Moore has 5. What an afternoon he has had.
Oh, he's looked ominous right from the opening bounce, but he certainly cashed in after half time. He just wants the ball up there. He wants to hit the scoreboard. He's a handful for any defender. Williams an uncharacteristically dropped mark.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. And the locals starting to get a little bit restless.
We've had the answers all day long. Can this be a grandstand finish?
And we've got a 666 infringement. So balled up in the middle. Easton Miller wins the clearance and finds a target at half forward. It's Taylor. Taylor 70 from home. Called to move it on. Now the high kick. Hambledon has found some space out the back. O'Keefe got front position. Plenty of Sharks around there. Soccer towards the boundary line. It goes out of play. 25 metres out from the Sharks' goal. They lead by 5 points. Clock approaching 30 minutes played. Can't be too long to go in this one. A lot of numbers in the Sharks forward half.
They had the answers all day, the Sharks.
Hamilman tried to take it out of the ruck, was dispossessed. Stone couldn't get a possession away. Taylor, good hands off the deck to Houseville. Houseville runs around, gets it on his right boot to the top of the square. Good contest, taken off hands by Dayton. Dayton explodes out of the back half of Maroochydore. Long kick towards the outer side wing. Patterson got front position, knocked it away. Working there was Paps. Paps long ball towards half forward. Plenty of Sharks back there. One of them was Malone. He couldn't mark. On hands and knees was Cameron. Gets a push in the back, free kick. So Clay Cameron working both ends of the ground.
Oh, he'll soak up the clock. They'll need to man up.
Oh, Cameron, risky kick. Pabst cut it off. Ruse inside forward 50. Williams dropping back in the hole in front of Young and Adrian Williams. And look at the veteran leadership. I've just got a bit of cramp, sir. I'll waste 10 seconds off the clock. Now the little chip to Hunkin. Inside defensive 50.
Panic stations, they've got to find a man.
Hunkin's got nothing to go to. Has to kick to a contest. Goes in the Malone direction. Was knocked away by Delaney. Malone still working in there, the big fella. Delaney did well. Got a handball free. Here's Scotty Miller again. Miller back to Aston. High ball to the point of the square. Half forward. Just out of the reach of Stone. Roos have it. The handball forward. Taylor gathered it. Kick over the head of Hambledon. Inside forward 50. Hamilman leading the race. Will it sit up for him? It won't. He just gets some rotten bounce, and then Dayton did well to work him off the footy. Come up with it. Kick it towards half back. Patterson had his kick smothered. They're working hard here, the Roos. Bromwich now gets the kick inside forward 50. 2-on-2 contest. Houseville! Houseville has marked, has played on, has kicked the goal. And the margin is back out to 11 points. What a passage of play. And the Kangaroos are out on their feet.
Well, Jack, they had to be brave. They had to take the game on. The game was in the balance. Hurlsford has stood up time and time again today. He's kicked 4 goals. He's had a hand in plenty as well. He's been a really impact player. Great work, Tyler Horsfield.
Well, that should seal it. 32.5 minutes played. Siren will be imminent. Oh, Maroochydore, they had to throw caution to the wind. Malone wins another hit out. Bromwich is in there. They'll just be happy with another stoppage. Bromwich dragged it in. He'll be pinged for holding the ball. So Hahn with the free kick. Can't waste any time. Long ball inside 50. Wilson set himself from a couple deep. Couldn't take the mark. Procost could have been taken high. Not paid. Ball up 40 metres out.
They just keep coming, the Roos. They're not going to lie down.
What a game of footy it's been. Free kick. Going the Roos way. Jones, the big fella. Well, you need to run right off your mark and kick it as soon as you can. Jones backs off from 50, shot on goal. Doesn't matter, siren sounded, it didn't make the distance. What a contest at Totally Workwear Park. The reigning premiers they're not done with. They flex their premiership muscle and run out 11-point winners in one of the best games of QAFL footy you'll see this year.
Fantastic game. A brave Maroochydore Roos come down to take on the reigning premiers. They were outstanding today. They had to work hard for it. In the end, it was probably the story of the day. RVB always just seemed to have that answer when they needed it. And a couple of their key players stood up in crucial moments. But, plenty to be like about the Maroochydore Roos in season 2026.
What a pulsating last quarter. Maroochydore, they were cooked halfway through the term. They trailed by 33 points and then surged all the way back to close the margin to just 5 points with a couple of minutes to go. But a late goal to Tyler Housefield gets the chockies for Redland-Victoria point. What a contest. They finish 18-9, 117. Maroochydore 16-10, 106. An 11-point margin in the end. And we run through the major goal kickers. Clay Cameron kicked 5 for the Sharks. Matt Hamilman kicked 5. Tyler Housefield kicked 4. And then singles to Pope, Hambleton, Taylor and Pell. On the Roos side of the ledger, Kobe Young was their standout. Kicked 5 goals this afternoon. 3 to Hugo Pabst. 2 to Aaron Wilson, Harrison Ronke and Noah Cumberland. And a single to Ben Thomas. Well, Jack Barry, let's just all draw a deep collective breath.
It's just so good to see.
What an afternoon of footy.
Yeah, yes, Jack, great to call with you. It's just such a great, well worth the trip from Adelaide to come and watch a QAFL Classic. We had one there today. As I said, plenty to like about both teams.
Yeah.
We saw some great champions, and we throw the word around legends and champions. Williams, he's a champion. Hamilman, he's a champion.
Scott Miller.
Tough
as nails, and it just seemed every time they needed to win a clearance, Scott Miller went and won it.
Yep. Some of their seasoned veterans were fantastic. The skipper was outstanding today. And then on the other hand, for Maroochydore, an emerging group of young talent coming through the ranks. Loved the game of Thomas again. Perhaps Wilson was outstanding at the times, especially early in the game. But Young bobs up. And what an exciting talent he looks like he's going to be. O'Keefe in defence, he had a tough game in the end. But a great day of QAFL footy today.
Riley O'Keefe, there's not too often that you can have 5 goals kicked on you and say you've been one of your team's best. He threw everything he had at Matt Hamilman, and Hamilman got off the chain late, kicked 3 goals in the second half, but it was not through lack of trying from Riley O'Keefe. And just a brilliant contest this afternoon here at Totally Workwear Park. Now, as we see the Sharks celebrate with their friends and family. It's been a healthy crowd down here at Shark Park on Queensland Day. Still plenty of footy. I might get a around the ground from you before we sign off, Jack Barry.
Yeah, well, some great games being played today. And if we have a quick look. Again, just your summary of what you thought of the game.
Well, I thought it was a pulsating contest, and while Redland-Victoria Point always seemed to have the upper hand, Maroochydore will be proud of this effort, because there were times that they could have thrown in the towel, and especially when they were 33 points down, but they just kept finding a way to stay in the contest. And both of these teams, I think I've seen enough. There's such a high-quality game of footy, and I think I've seen enough to suggest that these teams will be, boxing on at the business end of season 2026. That's for sure.
If we have a look around the ground, Jack, we see Noosa 78 got old, defeated Broadbeach by 3 points, 75. Sherwood 100, defeated Wilson Grange 66. Labrador 131, too strong for Aspley 80. Palm Beach Currumbin 92, went down to Morningside 96.
Wow.
Redlands 117, 106 match of the day here. And Surface Paradise 113, too strong for Cooperoo 53.
Well, that'll do us on TPIL Lawyers QAFL match of the day. It has been an absolute classic. Jack Barry, thank you for your company on the gantry this afternoon.
Thank you, Jack.
It has been a wonderful afternoon of footy. To our production partners, Double Take Sports, to our umpire partners, Bradnam's Windows and Doors, thank you for your proud support across this QAFL season. That's all for this afternoon. Signing off from Totally Workwear Park, where it's the home side, the Redland-Victoria Points. Sharks winning by 11 points.